Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 206, 206, 205,
205, 205,
205 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw.
205.
I am your co-host, Reggie. We trying to get everything together over here. How y'all feeling?
It's just the mic check. How y'all doing, man? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I just came back from homecoming less than a few hours ago. I am whooped, but I am here. There's only one place I could be, and it is Monday with my boy, Big Reg. We are here to talk all types of sports, all types of foolishness.
But ladies and gentlemen, let's go straight to the HBCU.
Out today. I see it.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 205 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. We are here for the HBCU news around the culture. Got a few things we're going to talk about today. Hey, bro, I just want to start with the MEAC. Delaware State upset North Carolina Central on homecoming. I think that may be the theme of homecoming season, bro. Stop playing these teams. All these people keep getting beat on homecoming, bro. It's bad.
Show up to your trap, take over your trap. And Central, there was just never like, we're happy. We thought Delaware State, hey man, what Deshaun Jackson is doing over there is unbelievable. This running game is not like anything we've ever seen. To go and to actually beat the team that has been the rushing maven for the last 4 or 5 years at their homecoming, Deshaun Jackson is doing wonders right now for Del State. They are in love with that guy. Central, I did not see this loss. Thoughts and prayers in advance. I don't think y'all are a bad team. You just ran into a buzzsaw.
No. They just, I think you're always close to being upset. We told y'all Delaware State can run the ball for a gajillion yards, which they did again. But that defense was swarming. And if you watch North Carolina Central, holding them to 26 points is actually very, very impressive. So now all of a sudden, this MEAC race has gotten really, really interesting. I think Delaware State, they still they play South Carolina State at the end of the season, and they're both 5-3. They still got to play Howard and Morgan State, and they play Norfolk State next in Philadelphia on Thursday. So this team, y'all might mess around and see Delaware State win the MEAC, and it's very possible, which is wild crazy.
And as much as there's that end of it, there's this end of it. Michael Vick, first year coach, got whooped 51-20 against South Carolina State. Chinnisberry continues to win. And I also forgot to say, I think Benedict is undefeated.
Yeah, he actually did a really, really good job of leaving the folks there. My bad. Of leaving the folks there. He didn't take the whole staff. I think he left the quarterback's coach or the offensive coordinator to be the head coach. And Benedict has been doing well. South Carolina State, bro, they beat them 51-30. Let me tell y'all about this game though. It wasn't that. It was close after the second quarter, and then it's like South Carolina State said, "All right, Vic, we did you solid. We kept the TV ratings up.
Right.
Let's go ahead and score 30 straight points on y'all."
But it's over, and yeah, we finna send you home, big dog. Kind of did you a solid, honestly. Hey, man, we not embarrass you but it's still homecoming, and especially coming off losing to Hampton, you didn't have to fire some, his defensive coaches.
They were 14-3 on South Carolina State.
This has not been a great experience for Michael Vick so far. But the thing about it is, I think that he still gets another opportunity here next season to really raise some money. And I think that the money changes things, but he is going to have to get out there and show his face. And you have to kiss some babies, a lot of babies.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're going to have to raid the portal. You got a lot to do, brother. But I think he'll figure it out.
Yeah, but that's the other part. You have the advantage of being Michael Vick too. So I don't care.
Okay. What else you got?
And then this and just disappointment. Howard secures their homecoming win in overtime against Morgan. Morgan, we've said this all season. All you have is expectations. You have every MEAC All-American, and you guys somehow just end up right here every year, tricking it off against teams you shouldn't lose to, and nobody quite understands how. I don't know exactly what they're gonna do. He might be a guy who's on the hot seat. We talk about Coach Boykin at Hampton being on the hot seat. Morgan, you haven't really been competitive in the MEAC in that type of way. Central has. You let South Carolina State show up. Delaware State kind of passing you, puts you in a real interesting position. But y'all have had too many good players over the last, since Reggie and I have been potting for y'all not to have really been to not have won a championship.
Yeah, you know, they're gonna put some players. I don't know what the disconnect is, but they need to put players in the league.
They're very much so like an SEC, like a mid-tier to lower tier SEC team to me, where y'all have all the players. It's just when it comes to discipline and playing connected football for 4 quarters for an entire season, it's 1 or 2 games where y'all just disappear, and then that ends up flushing your season. And then we're right back here next year with, man, every linebacker they have is good. Every running back they have is good. And somehow yet and still just look okay.
Yeah. But that's the MEAC, man. It's wild. It's crazy.
And that
is going to be a photo finish between now 3 teams. It used to be a 2-team race. That 3rd team, Delaware State, has entered the fray. And y'all let him win if you want to. MEAC, y'all gonna be for a long. It's going to be 3-team race. And everybody else, y'all gonna get beat down by them 3 teams. Right. It sucks to get beat down by 2 people. Get destroyed and jumped by 3 teams, bro. That's half your games. You lose by 30.
Coach, why are we doing this?
All right, let's get to the SWAC, man. All right, so quick hits. Southern lost to FAMU. Knew that was gonna happen. Southern fired their coach. Huh?
Did you? I mean, I guess.
Yes. Southern fired their coach.
Struggle Bowl. Bad and worse.
Well, FAM is 2-1 in the conference. So we'll get there. But Southern lost. They at this point are the 2nd worst team in the SWAC, which I had no clue that what I would be saying. But they finally scored some points, though. They put up 35. Just FAMU put up 43. So it is what it is.
We tried.
Alcorn off the schneid. They're 1-3, but they did get off the schneid in the SWAC. They beat Mississippi Valley State. Southern is 0-4 in the SWAC.
Burn it.
And then, of course, Alabama State beat Alabama A&M 56-13. The game was over after they flipped the coin. It was a rizap. Andrew Body had 6 TDs, 300-some yards.
Masterclass. I was at the tailgate and they showed the little clip. They showed the little stats. Y'all didn't even try to stop the man. Y'all just let him do whatever he wanted to the whole damn game.
Slapped y'all up like Cam Newton did y'all mascot. I mean, it was just bad, bro.
Embarrassing.
It was bad.
Struggle. All of the above.
But what we really want to get to is these 3 games here on the left. We're going to start out with Prairie View. We're going to start out with Prairie View. They won 38-0. Prairie View is 4-0 in the SWAC. Prairie View is 6-2 overall after starting, I think, 1-2. They've won like 4 straight. They are on top of the SWAC West, and they're only above Texas Southern by 1 game. Coach Jackson has them rolling.
This is the game that I wanted to see from them. I've heard a lot from you. You've recruited pretty well. I think you built a strong team, but I wanted to see you win convincingly. Now, Lincoln, I think, is a slump buster of a school, but you beat the people who are in front of you, and you haven't lost yet. And if as long as you keep winning, there's not anything I can say, especially when what happened at the top.
Bethune-Cookman beat Arkansas Pine Bluff. Bethune-Cookman is 4-4 overall. because they played a difficult, out of conference, but they are 3-1 in the SWAC East. Why is that important? Because that game that Norwood alluded to up top, Grambling upset Jackson State. Shout out to T-Set. Had a hell of a game before being knocked out, literally. Prayers to him and his family. We know that he's good. I think he had a concussion. Grambling upset Jackson State, and now Jackson State, Alabama State, Bethune-Cookman, and FAMU in the SWAC East are all with one loss. Jackson State beat Alabama State. I think Alabama State beat Bethune-Cookman, and I think Bethune-Cookman still has to play FAM at the end of the year. But normally the SWAC West is like wacky, wacky, wild west, right? You had like 4 or 5 teams. The SWAC East this year, Jackson State losing is cataclysmic because now you have to figure out. I mean, Alabama State still hold the tiebreaker, but Jackson State got to play all these other teams though. Yeah, I can't wait to see this.
This is what we've seen across the board in football and pro football and college. NIL has created parity where it is any given Saturday, any given Sunday. You can get it any day from anybody. Keep your head on a swivel if you know what's good for you.
Yeah, and if I'm Southern, I'm looking at some of these Division II SIAC schools, coaches that have won and are proven and that can update the offense. You probably need to get them or at least make a run. I like McNair, but he's older. He put up 35, which he did. But I would rather have some fresh blood over there. So,
but we're to think of things in HBCU football right now. If you are a football fan, specifically an HBCU football fan, this season's giving you everything that you could ask for, that you could want, and it's going to be a dogfight to the end. And you get to see some of the teams
coming. I know,
right? Make better decisions 3 or 4 years in advance, and it's also interesting because everybody has kind of taken their lumps. Versus, in the past, it's really been Jackson and Central, and then you just wait to the end of the season to see them play. And I was like, anybody can get it. And Alabama, your Alabama State pick looks better and better every week.
Yeah, I thought they were about to win that game. I can't believe they lost that game. And finally, hey man, y'all better look out for these coaches. It's a lot of firing going on in the upper tiers. And Jackson State, South Carolina State, Prairie View.
Oh, and by the way, Hampton lost. We ain't got to discuss it. Coach Boykin, I feel very confident he will be released at the end of the season. So if any of y'all other teams need a coach, he shall be available.
But yeah, what I'm saying is those coaches that I was talking about they may be with Willie Simmons having success at FIU. All of a sudden now you may be able to go, and I think Kennesaw State as well. You may be able to go and get an HBCU coach and bring him up to a mid-tier.
Kennesaw got that money.
And now you get money. And so, hey man, y'all better figure out this pipeline. Y'all better talk to Chennis, do a little case study. Benedict case study. How did it work?
Hey, he's not giving y'all the herbs and spices. I'm telling y'all that right now. You're gonna have to go see a man about a dog if you think you're gonna get stuff from Mr. Berry.
Southern, go get Benedict's coach. You fumbled once. Don't fumble again. We'll be right back. We're gonna take a break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with football. We got NCAA football, SE. We just gonna kind of talk about football today. It was a lot of mid games in the NFL. I'm gonna be angry. And then we're gonna talk college, and then that'll be
We're moving into the thick of the season where everybody has some figuring to do, and you better hope your team. You better hope your team figure right. We'll be right back.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our football segment of episode 205 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. We're going to talk about college football today, ladies and gentlemen. college football today. First up, then we're gonna talk about pro football after college football.
Y'all know what this is. We're gonna do all the football because what else matters?
Whole lot of crap happened this week. Let's talk SEC. So, of course, the game of all games that got everybody fired. Texas A&M goes and beats LSU in Death Valley, something they haven't done in 31 years since 1994. Texas A&M had a slow first half where they were down. Marcel Reed threw 2 interceptions. He did have a 41-yard scramble, and they were down. But just like last year, Texas A&M comes out in the second half and absolutely curb stomps LSU.
May not come when you want it, but it'll be there
absolutely
right
curb
on time.
And at the end of the game, Brian Kelly was walking off the field for LSU, and they were booing him. And because you don't lose to Texas A&M in Baton Rouge, that's what you don't do. Most of these kids weren't born; they've never seen it. So he walks off the field, and he's approached by the associate AD, like hostile, kind of like they did Herm Edwards. And I was like, they about to fire that man. And then you see all the LSU faithful coming out talking about, hey, man, something got to change. Blase, blase, blah. And Brian Kelly, and first off, he did get fired, but this is the point I want to make. He came into LSU and he was a horrible fit. And the first thing he did was fire a beloved staff member, the strength and conditioning coach, who had been there since either Les or Saban. I can't remember. He had been through 3 regimes. It's only been 3 regimes.
2 or 3 chips too.
So he had been there the whole time through all them receivers that you see in the league, all them DBs, all those defensive tackles and defensive ends. He was there. He's the strength and conditioning guy. And Brian Kelly, not reading the room, fired him. You know what Mike Elko said? Coach Elko, I don't know if his name is Mike. Coach Elko said for Texas A&M, the last 2 years we've outscored LSU 40-6 in the second half. That's a testament to our strength and conditioning coach. And then walked off. That is when you were fired.
Oh, you fired yourself. You fired yourself when you did it, though. Take your own personal accountability. Or don't. I don't care. I feel a little conflicted about this. I think that Brian Kelly didn't do himself a bunch of favors, but also Texas A&M is a really good football team.
Yeah, he got fired.
It's a damn good football team.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't think that it was ever really a good marriage. They kind of found him disingenuous from the way that he started this thing with the
stupid ass accent. Yeah, duh.
But I can't, as a person who's struggling with a coach, say I don't think that's a reason. I don't think that's a good reason to fire a coach either. I'll take a coach with a bad accent.
I mean,
hold on, wait, Lord, I will take anything.
Well, you get Brian Kelly, you might come to Florida. But what I'm starting to notice, not even starting to notice, this is a hypothesis I've had across football, both pro and college. The CEO style coach is waning. You have to do something. And we'll get to that when we talk about the Falcons. But you have to do something. Kirby Smart is a defensive coordinator at heart. He still coaches the DBs, right? Look at Ryan Day, just happens to have probably the best recruiter in the country as your offensive coordinator. But outside of that, Ryan Day was on the fence because he is a CEO coach.
My only pushback to that will be I just saw this list of the last 30 years of coaches who won championships. I think that 2 of them call plays.
No. Okay, yes, call plays, but I'm talking about coaches something. Like when Brian Kelly,
You
The only
can't.
thing
You
you've seen
can't
him do is
be.
cussed out a wide receiver and cussed out his quarterback. You don't see him going over there and talking. Like you see Kirby with the DBs. You used to see Spurrier with the quarterbacks and receivers, right? You see Nick Saban with the DBs and the linebackers. You see Mario Cristobal now, even though we think Miami's overrated, he's a line coach, right? That CEO.
You're not Bobby Bowden. You're not Bobby Bowden sitting at the top of practice.
Can't do it. Urban Meyer, Bobby Bowden, all that stuff where you're a CEO coach and you let everybody else do it. That's not the model of today anymore.
So you saying you it don't matter. You might not need to call the plays, but you better have at least one something that you are responsible for. Fair enough. I don't hate that.
Yeah. Dion is a CEO coach. Amen.
But he's in that offense. He's in that offense and in that defense. And we're gonna that's a different discussion.
But what's the fallout? I don't know.
Wait, this is the other part about this is number one, this puts a ton of pressure on my team to find their coach faster. Because as much as I love my team, I think the LSU job is infinitely a better job today than the Florida job is today.
Yeah. Brian Kelly, he may not be able to coach well in big games, but he can recruit.
Right. But I just think that LSU over the last 10 or 15 years has been a better program than Florida. That's a better job. But before, when Brian Kelly was still coaching, the Florida vacancy was the most attractive vacancy. Now, I'm also going to say something I don't think a lot of people are going to like. You're wasting your time calling Urban Meyer and Nick Saban trying to get them to coach LSU. I think
and Kirby Smart.
And I mean, you could probably call Dan Lanning, but if I'm Dan Lanning, there's no reason for me to leave.
Why? I am outside of this year with Cignetti. I'm the number 2 team in the Big Ten. If I go down to LSU or Florida, I'm the number 4.
Phil Knight, unlimited.
Oh yeah,
money,
unlimited
resources. Like unlimited. When Nike, it's a whole different ball game. But this should be very interesting to see. I want to know who LSU thinks that they're going to get, and you're going to come in
Tulane
with
coach.
a ton of pressure.
Tulane. That's who I got. That's what my money's on.
Also, give me a moment here. I'd like to thank your sister Lauren. She talked so bad about my team. Terrible. Just laughed and kikied about how awful we were, and we sucked. And now look at us. We here together. You ain't got no coach. I ain't got no coach. We ain't got no future.
Your quarterback ain't good. Your quarterback ain't good.
Nah, I actually don't think that either quarterback is bad. I just don't think that either quarterback is as good as advertised. I think there's a difference. I
never said they were bad. I said your quarterback ain't good.
I think the DJ and Nussmeier could be good, but they need more help than we assumed that they needed. I will say that much.
Yep. It's gonna be interesting. Now all of a sudden, I'm looking at Clemson. Y'all fire. I told y'all James Franklin opened the portal. Once you start firing coaches and are willing, because the Jimbo Fisher firing was looked at as kind of a one-off. Like, yeah, we're gonna pay you $70 million, but you're not really gonna do that. Ed Ogeron was even kind of crazy. They was like, we'll pay you 17 to leave. He was like, where do I sign? But now James Franklin getting paid all that money. They're about to all in to fire
Franklin
Brian Kelly from LSU.
We still play Billy like $21 million to go home. That's a lot of money.
All in to fire Brian Kelly and bring on another coach is gonna be $100+ million.
This is what I will say about Clemson, where I think that they are stuck, is there are other teams that have fired better coaches
than Dabo? I mean, not really. Dabo got 2 championships.
Yeah,
well, other teams have been fired. Coach have been fired to have 2 championships.
I don't think that Dabo is today a better coach than Brian Kelly or James Franklin.
Dabo got 2 championships. None of them have championships. None of them even have SEC championships.
Yeah, but also LSU's still LSU is not a bad team. Clemson is bad
this year. But again,
Clemson,
that's not the point that you make it. You said better coaches, and I'm saying he has afforded himself the luxury of at least giving the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, no. Let me do us all a favor here. I want to afford him more luxury, more opulence, more time. Re-sign him to another contract. There is a difference between what I think you should do and what I want you to do. I think you should double down and make Dabo football coach emeritus for what he's done for you guys.
No, they keep losing, they won't. He probably got another 18 months.
Don't ever let him walk out of the doors. He means that much to you guys. Keep him around.
What was Clemson before?
Right? Clemsoning. Like that used to be a verb. But repay him. Sign him more money. Because me and Reggie love. Absolutely love.
Yeah, you done made, and you ain't taking nobody from the portal.
Do it
for Georgia, just fantastic. We ain't even got to worry about South Carolina no more.
Hey, bro, salute. Without you, none of this would be possible. But before we leave here, I want y'all to notice the score here: 49-25. Texas A&M, good team. LSU, I still believe to be a good team.
Now
wait a season. No, I mean Sneaky, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Sneaky says the Clemsoning might be back. And let's bring it back. Bring it on back.
Clemsoning. Alabama beats South Carolina. They score at the end of the game after they kind of went on another fluke again. Lenore Sellers fumbles. It's really not a fluke. It was a great play by the defense. He fumbles on a kind of like quarterback, I think it was a draw or sneak, and he ends up getting gets the ball ripped away, kind of like Jalen Hurts against the Giants, but we'll get there. And Alabama recovers with a tie game, and they go score with 54 seconds left to win the game. Sneaks out of South Carolina. No pun intended, sneaky. Sneaks out of South Carolina, which I told y'all was difficult. Was difficult to play because of that damn Sandstorm song at night. As a Georgia fan, I know what it's like to play in South Carolina with Sandstorm blasting and they too,
boy.
They be getting it. They used to beat us every year, bro. They be
and that's a place that gets loud. If you've never been to Columbia late night, that thing gets to shaking.
So, and they actually had a chance to win. All in all, man. The thought is Alabama as good as the number 3 ranking that ranking that they are? They seem to be, as a very long time Georgia fan, the old Georgia Bulldogs, the Mark Richt Bulldogs, where they squeak by, and then get the doors blown off of them in the playoffs. I'm not saying that will happen because this defense is coming of age, and the offense, Kalen DeBoer got him Ty Simpson. He got Ty Simpson moving, but I'm not convinced that this team is
worse than when you know something is a scam, but you can't prove it. Like the mattress firms everywhere on every corner. You go to a mattress shop, but you know they got to be like an illegal drug ring. Same thing with Ty Simpson. I know that this is a scam. I wouldn't invest in it, but at the same time, every week he continues to survive. This is the reason, all you listeners who are Big Ten fans, this is the reason the SEC will always be better. Because y'all say, oh, parity is going to change anything. Then you say, oh, the NIL changes things. What the SEC has done is continued to be the most interesting conference, the most competitive conference. This is the reason I don't respect the Big Ten. Because even though I think that Alabama's not as great as they've been in the past, South Carolina is a really good team. I think the LSU, they're a good team. You just ran up against a buzzsaw of Texas A&M who's gotten it together. Them Big Ten teams, Rutgers not competitive. I'm not worried about what Northwestern is going to do. No, the bottom of the SEC, I will continue and go to my grave believing it's just better than the mid-tier Big Ten. The guys at the top, I have respect for. but I also am envious and jealous and don't think that they should get as much credit because you play a very light schedule. These dog fights every week in the SEC.
It is. So the Tide outlast the Gamecocks. They look like they're got the inside track. You know, they got to play LSU. I think still, and they still got to play Auburn, and they got a couple other games, but they've got the inside track to make it to Atlanta for the SEC championship game, possibly against Texas A&M, which would be something I didn't expect. In the main topic that we want to talk about, could Lane Kiffin, who beats Oklahoma in Oklahoma after blowing it really to Georgia. I mean, they kind of blew it against Georgia. Oklahoma puts up 34 against them. Lane trolling the Oklahoma Sooners players after the game. Said this guy right here was talking to me the whole game. Laughed at him, and then he walks off after being interviewed and says he's staying in Ole Miss. Or tells the faithful. You really believe, Lane, that he gonna stay here? I don't know. Florida is throwing $3 million more than what Ole Miss is offering him.
No. They're trying to make Lane the highest paid coach in college football history. That's the reason the pressure is. You got to let us know. But the thing about it is, I don't know, Lane. This is career navigation 101 here, and not 101. This is actually like a 400 class because you're uniquely qualified to kind of do whatever, but your next step need to be your best step. Because I do think that if you stay in Ole Miss, overall, Ole Miss, as much as we think they're a good football team, they're not championship competitive. You get what I'm saying? Where
I think they're the same as just about every other SEC team.
No, hell
outside of like Georgia and Alabama. Like he's part of the rest.
Yes,
LSU, rest, Oklahoma, Texas.
Well, rest. When I say I'm talking about the teams, essentially the teams that have won championships, I think that they fall into a different category because I think that their fan base has a different level of expectation. Realistic or unrealistic. I'm a Florida fan. I've seen multiple championships. It's championship or bust. If I'm LSU, I've seen multiple championships. It's championship or bust. Auburn is the only, they got exactly one. I don't think you can be championship or bust. So, but I think that LSU, Florida, who else falls into that category other than Alabama, Georgia,
Texas? I think Lane.
Texas
if I'm Lane, and this is you brought this point up. Matter of fact, no, finish your point before
I think that he needs to make a good decision. I don't know. I think that he's in a weird situation because this might be peak Ole Miss, and you might be able to squeak out a championship. And if you squeak out a championship at Ole Miss, it's bigger than any championship you ever win in Florida. Sorry, it's just
the first, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I think that long term, if I had to coach a team for 10 years, I want the Florida team more than I want the Ole Miss team. And I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, that's cool. Florida, Ole Miss, LSU is all fine and dandy. It's all fine and dandy, but there's another job that the coach, and shout out to Ole Miss for beating the Rebels. Cool. It is what it is. I mean, sorry if Ole Miss beating the Sooners. The Sooners were on a heat, not on a heater, but you know, they had gotten better. Mateer playing, that injury hurts you. But
and this is the thing, though. They won 34-26. This is another good game. This is
on the road against a respectable opponent.
Right.
But there's another team, and I'm gonna click it because I'm gonna pivot here a little bit, if you don't mind. There's another team where the coach put out feelers before the game. Ole Miss comes back to beat Mississippi State, who's 0-3 now in the SEC. They come back and win in overtime, 45-38. Arch Manning gets knocked out of the game at the end of the fourth quarter by not sliding, trying to run people over, and you got knocked out with a concussion. Backup quarterback comes in, who I said over and over, I was like, we don't know who he is. You said, he's at Texas. He's probably pretty good. Came in, threw a touchdown. Like,
what?
Immediate.
I said you were just stuck. There's no what before we go. once again, it's an overtime game, 7 points. I'm gonna beat y'all in the head with the SEC being just top tier elite. But I think that he looks at Arch and he sees, he probably listens to the podcast. Nora has a valid point. As long as Arch is here, I'm stuck with Arch. And Arch has not been as good as advertised.
And to follow up that point is why I pivoted here. Steve Sarkisian's representation has put out feelers that he would be interested in becoming a head coach in the NFL. And one team that is looking for one with a quarterback that he can build an offense around is the Tennessee Titans, who just fired their coach and essentially are not linked to anybody right now. And they have a decent defense.
We take that phone call.
So now Texas, and this is, I'm gonna pivot back to Lane. If I'm Lane, I'm probably not gonna force a decision. If Florida's trying to bait me into a decision right now, I'm not gonna make a decision, because if Texas come calling, and I told y'all in NIL money, Texas, if Texas come calling with that NIL, I said once NIL happened, all Texas teams have a leg up. That's oil money. If Texas come calling with that money, Austin first thing smoking.
Well, this is where he has leverage on us. Is LSU's going to send over an offer letter too, and they're
all y'all can send offer letters.
No. But what I'm saying is typically, as a salesperson, I want to close you one and done. Make the offer. I want to go ahead and meet all of your objections so we can close. I don't want you to hear offers from other people, because they may be able to talk you into something better, or just give or offer you something, like put you in a better position. I think that LSU is a better job. So now,
then what?
It's better than Florida.
Cool.
So now you can't pressure me into taking the Florida job. LSU gonna call me, and they're two guys who they want. They're not coming out of retirement. I'm probably the best guy available for LSU.
And that's why I'm saying, if I'm Texas and Steve Sarkisian is out and I'm Lane, yeah, LSU gonna give me cool. LSU and Florida can give me offer letters. Y'all can bid back and forth. But just like recruiting these Georgia football players, it's the exact same thing as NIL now. Okay, I want what's his name? Justice Terry. Is it Justice Terry? I think that's his name. That might not be his name. Whatever. That plays for Texas now. The defensive tackle that came out of Georgia. No more recruit that was basically committed to Georgia. Everybody had on red and black. Texas came in and was like, we will give you 40% more on the NIL. I don't know the number, but I just know that it was significant that he changed on the spot.
If you're Lane, do you make Arch get in? Do you hit him with a Dion? You probably need to hit the transfer portal. Because for Sarkisian to walk out the door on a Manning,
I mean, you go to the pros. You walk out the door, especially if you think that Manning ain't good. Yeah, you walk out.
No. But what I'm saying is, if Sark leaves, say he goes to the Titans, Kiffin takes over at Texas. Do you tell him, after what we've seen this season, I'm bringing my Louis bags with me, or do you have him be around and know that he's basically, due to his name, going to be your QB1? That's a part of the decision.
I'm gonna take you. It's tricky. Because Lane has turned quarterbacks into number one picks.
For sure.
Lane has turned quarterbacks and gotten them to get the notoriety otherwise that we probably don't think is great.
Oh, and if you knock this Manning out of the park, then you're the man.
Arch ain't no Louis. Yeah. So the thing is, Lane already has two quarterbacks. He's got Chambliss now, who's playing well.
Arch might not be coach.
And then he also has Austin Simmons, who was the 16-year-old freshman, who's now a 19-year-old senior with 2 more years of eligibility. So it's already ready-made, right?
Right.
But then you got Arch. And if you turn Arch, it's almost like, what's your aspirations? Because if you turn Arch into Arch, what we think Arch should be, or what he's been rumored to be, I ain't gonna say we should be, what he was rumored to be, and he becomes like the #1 pick and becomes amazing next year, you're muted. And he becomes amazing next year,
then you're the king of the castle.
Then at that point, the Falcons might be calling you. Like at this, you may be one and done at Texas too. If you could do that. So I mean, it's that's why I said it's tricky. Is what is your aspirations? He could be fine with being the king of the castle in Ole Miss if he win a championship, which is highly possible because they could score 1,000,000 points. So I mean,
if you win that championship at Ole Miss, you are their Steve Spurrier, the guy who you aspire to be so badly. You're him.
That'd be sick for y'all. Y'all would be sick. Y'all would be sick. But yeah, man. To round it out, Texas comes back and beats Mississippi State, a team that they were supposed to beat. But we're all happy for them now. Cool. We can get back on track. So the game of the week was actually like Revenge of the Nerds. Ole Miss. I'm sorry. Vanderbilt beats Missouri in Missouri. No, they're at home. 17-10. Diego Pavia does enough to win. He wins with grit and Cuban link chains and grills and all of the good stuff. And Vanderbilt has won, and they are now ranked inside the top 10 and possibly a lock for the playoff because they're essentially battling Georgia for the at-large.
He's somewhere between like a Tim Tebow, Johnny football to me. He has sauce like Johnny, but he has the ability to win like both of them, where it's like you look at it and you're just like, maybe.
Yeah, they be winning a lot of 16-12 games.
And him and Johnny have a Pop.
He's not like Dylan Gabriel. Yeah. I think he's more athletic. He's I mean, Johnny Manziel was a good one. We responded to Sneaky, who said at Pavia, it was some Baker seasoning. He does have some Baker Mayfield seasoning.
All of those guys, y'all know what those guys are and what they ain't.
Intangibles.
Yes.
Well, Baker Mayfield has tangibles, but the other ones have intangibles.
I want to ask, as we've now gotten much deeper into the season, have your opinions on Pavia changed?
Hell no. Everybody you just named, except for Baker Mayfield, is not in the league as an NFL player. Neither one. And I think that's par for the course. He's a really good. He is going to get his number retired. He is going to be a feel-good story. Once all of this ice stuff
dealership, right there.
Once all this ice stuff goes away, we're gonna see a Netflix special. Like it's gonna be how he overcame.
Do your mind? Come on down here to Pavia Ford. We love to have you.
Yeah, it's there. He's gonna end up being the coach. Where's he from? Arizona, New Mexico. He's from somewhere out there.
He's gonna get drafted first, though.
Yeah, they're gonna give him a chance because it's a feel-good story. And look, I don't care bringing up Dylan. If y'all get Dylan Gabriel a chance, you got Diego Pavia a chance.
You think Pavia is better or worse than Gunnar Stockton?
Gunnar Stockton. Who is Gunnar Stockton? I know who Gunnar Stockton is. Why do I not? Why I can't picture who he plays for?
Your starting quarterback.
Gunnar Stockton. That's exactly how I feel. Intangibly, he's better. I think Gunnar Stockton probably has better quarterback ability, but Gunnar Stockton is a name. He's Aaron Murray. He's Gunnar Stockton. He's Stetson Bennett. He's Jake Fromm. He's Mason Hudson. He's all of those guys that is gonna own a car company or something. They're gonna be. He don't even want to be a commentator. I don't know what he gonna do.
No, he ain't gonna be no. He gonna get him a farm somewhere.
But I think Diego Pavia just would be more fun to watch. But I don't know if he gets more wins than Gunnar Stockton. I don't think he does.
I think he's for sure gonna be on the NFL roster next year. Somebody gonna roll them dice, especially as many guys as we kind of went into this season thinking that this is gonna be the quarterback draft, and Nussmeier has not come out and looked like a world beater.
Who did we?
I mean, but he was.
Y'all said it.
Drew Allar. He didn't fell like Yeah, everything is kind of quarterback. Hey, man, once again, we got our own issues, but I'm happy with Michael Penix versus what's available.
Y'all said it. Y'all, not y'all, but y'all said that this was the quarterback draft when we were talking about Shador. Oh, we're going to wait for Arch. Outside of Arch, I was like, hey, I don't know if any of these guys are proven.
Sneaky, when you say who's your QB1, oh, Marcel Reed. Marcel Reed, Texas A&M.
No, they trying to talk Ty Simpson up there.
Do it. Mitchell Trubisky. I dare you to do it. Do that. Please do that. Do that one.
But it's not. There's nobody else. I mean, Marcel Reed threw 2 interceptions that were bad. like there's just nobody else. Yeah, defense. That's your QB1 is defense.
I am not anybody's general manager. I'm not anybody's coach.
I've never coached
on anybody's level. But what I'm going to tell you right now is if I have to decide between Marcel Reed and Ty Simpson, if you ask me which one I'm picking, I'm going to think you need a hole in your head. I'm assuming you're going to be a fool. Lenore
Sellers might be it, but he's disappointed. Who's Sellers?
Lenore Sellers, quarterback.
Why did you think? Now I know that y'all don't be watching the play.
I think even when we came in, we said he needed one more season to play. We basically said he was the second rendition of Anthony Richardson. Got all the things there, but you need some time to develop, and getting out early, while it might be cool for your draft status, your ability to stay in the NFL might be questionable, as Anthony Richardson has orbital surgery on his face for working out and crushing himself. It's spooky times right now.
Think about it. Where's this guy? Tennessee's quarterback. They put up 56 points against Kentucky.
Keep doing it.
Shout out to Mike Stoops. I mean, listen, that's why.
Wait. A job. We are missing a couple guys. I want to bring up some names. People have fallen in love with Fernando Mendoza from Indiana. They like Dante Moore from Oregon.
He just got hurt.
Ty Simpson, 11 to the Rams.
Told you.
Rams ain't doing that. Rams make good decisions.
Why not? They got 2 first-round picks. They got ours, and we suck.
Nussmeier to the Steelers. That seems like a very Steelers pick.
Mason Rudolph.
Yep. How y'all pick the same guy with a different name? It's the quarterback position is very interesting because there's a deficit, and there's been a deficit for years of developed quarterbacks. I think that people are gonna go back and try to get these guys who did not have a good run, because you're seeing the success with the Daniel Jones of the world, the Sam Darnold of the world. I mean, what's your boy who was drafted by the 49? Trey Lance. I think that he's gonna get another chance somewhere. Also, Atlanta Hawks just lost to Chicago Bulls.
Jalen had 25 and 6. Porzingis had 27, but only 2 rebounds. Trae Young had 21 points, 17 assists.
21 shots.
17 Okongwu had 18 and 10. Nikhil Alexander Walker had 17 and 3. Zachary Ricochet with 2 points, no assists, no rebounds, and 20 minutes of play is egregious.
Yeah.
Mogay went right back to being Mogay, 4.000.
He only played 4 points in 10 minutes, and everybody else is shooting the ball. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. But the gift and the curse with Trey is 21 points, so 21 shots, 17 assists, 1 turnover. That is ungodly.
You can't get mad at Trey for that game. I don't see how. If I'm shooting 21, I mean, you got to make up for Ricochet. He's a starter.
But also, Kungwu just got to be in the starting lineup. 18 and 10 versus. I'm gonna take 18 and 10 on 27 too. And he did that on 8 of 11.
All day. I agree, but at the end of the day, bro,
Quinn gonna get fired.
But back to this football. Tennessee beat Kentucky. Mike Stoops is never gonna get fired. He flirted with going to Texas A&M. Boy, A&M, y'all dodged that bullet. In Tennessee, Josh Heupel continues to be what he's got. Both of this the cushy job game. Josh Heupel is never gonna have to be a really turn out to be really good. He just
I disagree there.
Why?
There.
Why?
I think that this season is a different season for him. I think that his ability to not be Penn State, to not be Clemson.
Yeah, after you lose the quarterback.
Yeah, that means they've stayed the course. What they're top 20, they're like top 17, ain't they? Top 15.
Yeah, but my point is he ain't never gonna have to win a championship because he's gonna be viewed as lesser than Georgia. He can't beat Georgia. If Florida ever gets it together, they're always going to be the underdog to Florida, which is unfortunate because they looked at little brother, even though they probably are going to beat y'all for the next.
I don't think that. So Tennessee is kind of where I want to be. The first thing you have to do is level set on not being losers. You got to purge because you got to remember after that full farmer. It was a rough period, and they were so used to being so good. They just was down so long. The hype probably showed up and kind of got them
used to being good though. That's it. Yeah. See, they delusional like some of them other fans. Like, bro, you had Peyton Manning, you were good. You won a national championship with T. Martin. Outside of that,
that's all that matters.
They never made the SEC championship again.
Your fan base.
The last time they made the SEC championship, everybody was wearing white spat with black shoes.
Reggie, that shit was fire too. And when they came back to Adidas, but your fan base is not logical. It's not reasonable. Your fan base is fanatical by definition.
Not this one. I just think they don't want to lose to Vanderbilt again. If they don't lose if they beat Vanderbilt, then they'll be happy.
As a person who has a lot of friends who are Vols fans, they are happy to not.
How?
What do you mean? How?
They grew up in the hills?
No, Nashville, Knoxville, and Memphis.
Memphis is Memphis. Memphis is. I ain't never met no Tennessee fan from Memphis.
Oh well, I know a ton of them.
That's
all
insane.
of them. What do you think? You gonna be a Memphis football fan?
I guess. There's nothing. I guess they're fans by default. There ain't nothing else to root for. But man, them Hilltoppers.
If you grow up in Nashville, you're a Grizzlies fan. You grow up in Memphis, you're a Vols fan. That's like growing up. Like if you grow up in Savannah, still a Georgia fan.
They be Florida fans. They be Florida fans.
Right.
That's South Georgia.
It's like Augusta. You could really be. You could be a Gamecocks fan because 45 minutes either way. But yeah, I know a ton of people from Memphis, and I know a ton of people who graduated from Tennessee. They all Vols fans. But yeah, I think this will be okay for another year or two. But I think that they still have an expectation of the program to be back into the competitive things of it, especially if Josh, like they're going to expect, they're going to say that this season is the building block for them to step up. And if you look at Georgia's they didn't look like they looked 2 or 3 years ago. It was like, okay, well, everybody fold. Like as soon as the cards were dealt, no, I'm out. Now it's like, you know what? They kind of coming back to reality. They coming back to earth a little bit. Why can't we beat them?
They haven't played in the SEC championship since 2007. They haven't played in the national championship since 1998. 99. I'm sorry. When they beat Florida State.
You can't ask fans to be logical. They're going to be fanatical by definition.
I'm not saying they're not fanatical. I'm just saying I don't think. Well, cool. Y'all fire him. Go get somebody else. Cool. It's a Clemson job to me. He gonna stay there just like Dabo, except for he ain't gonna win though.
I don't think they'll fire him right away. I think it'll be 3 or 4 years before they're like, hey, you've mastered this level of being okay. Now let's step it up. Speaking of people, because I want you to tell me what happened here, because I ain't figured this out yet.
Now we're going to go to the ACC
Yes.
Georgia Tech
Fran,
plays Syracuse.
Fran
Go ahead.
Brown loses again after weren't they top 10, top 5 at one point?
Yeah, and then they quarterback tore his Achilles. The game
So
that he tore his Achilles, and they ended up, I think they lost that game in the second half after he went out, and then they played Duke and got boat raced 34-3. And it's been kind of like trying to figure it out ever since then. But he ain't been on the podcast though. Notice that?
But they've been showing them clips. And the bad part is I do like the whole, even though it does sound a little unreasonable, it sounds like he's recruiting a specific guy. I don't know if that guy is championship level. I think that he is recruiting. I'm trying to think of a team that I think is just okay with being okay.
I don't think he's gonna be there long.
Why not?
I think he's gonna be on a list of people to get. To get hired. He's a really good recruiter. He's got the pass of his quarterback tearing his Achilles when they outperformed who they were last year. He got players drafted. He's already done the podcast thing. He's resonates with everybody social media wise, and he's talked about getting all of them jobs and graduation rate and making sure I did my job. Did this? He's saying all the right things to leave Syracuse, New York.
Do you think the parents want to hear that now? Like, I like that. Like, me and my cousin were kind of talking back and forth about that on Instagram. And I was like, these are the things that I think that 10 or 15 years ago that specifically, like, my parents want to hear from a coach. You come here, you'll have a degree in 3 years. He talks about basically putting money away so you can buy a house and start a family and do whatever and be competitive in the job market. But the way the NIL is now, and I don't know if once again, just like fans, I don't know if parents are reasonable in looking at my kid's probably not going to go pro. I think that everybody is in the money grab phase.
I think he may have to pivot his message a little bit. I don't think he has to change it. I think he could say, now that you have NIL money, I'm going to have somebody in here to teach you financial literacy so that you can provide for you and your family for the rest of your life off of this 4 years or 5 years, however long that is. I think that he could pivot his message. But I think he's going to have a meteoric rise, and he may not get the premier job, right? He may not get the LSU or the Florida or the Penn State.
He'd be a good Kentucky guy. He'd be a great Kentucky guy.
But the team that loses the guy, right? If let's say Lane Kiffin goes to, Ole Miss name is, hear me out. I'm not saying go to Ole Miss as a black man, but I'm saying Lane Kiffin leaves Ole Miss to go to Texas, maybe.
Yeah.
He'd be the guy on everybody's radar to go
level
to Texas. Or Lane Kiffin leaves to go to Texas, and then they go get Shane Beamer. And then honestly, he leaves and comes back down to go to South Carolina. Something like that is going to happen.
I agree with that. I just don't think I think he's a Big Ten guy or whatever else, you know.
I mean, he is from New York, right? So, I mean, yeah. I mean, Penn State, but they want to win. Like, and I'm not saying he can't win, but he's just unproven.
Yeah, they want another, I think, 2 levels of star power above Fran Brown. I think James Franklin did the thing of normalizing them being a top tier school again, being one of the better recruiting teams
3 in the country when they fired him, or they had just lost.
But yeah, Fran would be a step down in star power. I don't know X's and O's. I think that's a whole different ball game. But at the end of the day, they're looking for a specific guy to get them. They got to get over that next hump, and if you can't do that, then they're probably not going to be interested in what you can do for them.
Yeah, but hey, well, okay, we ain't even talk about Tech. Tech is undefeated still, and now number 6 in the country. 7. Georgia's 6. But I don't think they lost.
They just keep on keeping on, and them and Haynes King just
quarterback, the new version of the wishbone, which essentially is what it is. The spread offense wishbone just keeps cooking.
It's the quietest creep to the playoffs. It's just like, hey, nobody look at me.
It's quiet, but they winning. But they be winning though, like 41-16. Now they have had a couple scrapes, but essentially,
and I really like teams that win differently, and they don't always just kick your ass. Sometimes they struggle in the first half. So I like a team that learns and that has some resilience. I always go back to the Cam Newton season where they beat the brakes off everybody who they played. They were never really behind. And then the first time you get behind, you lose. Haynes King has got no in the pros. But no. In college, there was never no. I'm talking about
it was an Alabama game
playing for Carolina. Yeah. But what I was saying is that a team that has had some adversity, has had to figure out how to win different ways. Haynes King has thrown. He had some big interception games early, and then came back and stuck with it. And he just kind of figures out a way to get it done. He's another very much so like a Diego Pavia-esque guy.
That's another guy to look out for. Buster Olney, their offensive coordinator, and Georgia Tech's coach. I mean, you go to wherever.
You're right.
They got a lot of money.
Yeah, and you won't ever get a lot of money there. That's just not. Y'all got to start supporting these teams when y'all teams actually do really good. I think they have maybe like 100,000 followers on the Instagram, bro. Y'all, well, your team is good. Y'all got to run it up, but they also don't have the most alumni. It's a unique alumni group too, and they ain't football based.
Now that I think about it, the ACC coaches might get we've kind of talked through this. They gonna get rated. Like when all them other jobs come.
Oh yeah, everything.
Georgia Tech, Syracuse. You got to look at Duke with Manny Diaz. You got to look at who do we just talk about? We talked about Georgia. Oh, Syracuse, Georgia Tech. We talked about all them teams. I mean, also Florida State is still looked as the coach's fault for them being sorry, not them being a sorry program.
Oh yeah, and they're another premier job that everybody is going to want. You have, that's another. It's not unlimited resources, but it's damn close.
Yeah, so ACC gonna get rated. All them coaches gonna be gone. But yeah, so that's all. We can't talk about this game and not talk about Georgia Tech.
Right.
They are good. I laughed at y'all. Y'all laughed at me too. I said they gonna make it in the playoff and they gonna mess around. If they beat Georgia, gonna get a first round bye.
And they're going. Like, do I think that they can win a championship? No. Can they ruin somebody else before they get out of there?
Indiana.
Absolutely.
I could see this playing
out.
Them to play Indiana in the first.
I'll pop by myself if they beat Indiana.
That is going to be the game. And Indiana's going to struggle, but they're going to score. But then Georgia Tech going to play ball control, and all of a sudden it's going to be 27-24.
Right. And Haynes King got the magic. That's the thing that I don't think that people are taking into account that I look at Vandy and Tech. They have the magic right now.
They can slow the game down. That's what scared all them other offenses. And that's why I like Georgia, because they can win both ways. But all right, so my bad. Go ahead.
That good. Miami rolled Stanford 42-7. Hurricanes continue to play well.
Little trick bag, though. Little trick baggish. They were losing.
And then they weren't.
They were losing all the way till like 30 minutes before halftime. It was 7-0. They couldn't do
another
nothing.
Quarterback that somebody's gonna. All of these quarterbacks are so just.
Oh, I forgot about Carson Beck, number one. Yeah, he played his way out of that. And all y'all Miami fans, I wish I could at y'all. I hate that TikTok and Instagram algorithm make me forget, or if I refresh that I can't find you guys again. But y'all are liars. Y'all talk about Miami gonna beat all these teams. Let me tell y'all, bro. Miami, Carson Beck, we told y'all. Miami, I don't believe in them. I don't think that they can beat Georgia Tech, to be honest. And they got little Tony, who out there playing out of his mind.
Oh, he's good. And
Mama Tony, they're another team.
Mama Tony got them genes, because she didn't. KDT, he might have been a fool, but the kid was a good football player when on the field.
And They've got the defense. They have arguably the number 1 pick in next year's draft. And Baines, is it Baines Jr.? Harold Baines Jr.?
Yeah.
I can't remember him. Number 44 for Miami. Y'all got him.
Ruben Baines Jr.
Ruben Baines Jr. Yeah, he's a monster. And it's like they got all these players on defense, but it seems like to me they just are an it factor away from winning. They just don't have it.
Destined to lose.
Yeah, they just don't have it.
You know it's on the way. We just waiting on it to happen.
But Mari Cristobal, he's gonna win enough, right? Now he is gonna have to win this year, though. He's gonna have to win ACC this year to not have any murmurs going into next year. Because Clemson's not good. Florida State's not good. It's only supposed to be Clemson, Florida State, and you. Ain't supposed to be anybody else. And Georgia Tech done ran that offense right past y'all.
Tricky Georgia Tech ass team, which is unfair because I don't have a game plan for these guys because they're so different than everybody else.
That's cool, and this is Louisville at home.
But that's what they do. Louisville just beats people and then just don't win. They just lose 2 games, so they're out of it. So they're out of it. That's what they do. Even when they were with Lamar, that's what you do. You lose a couple games, and you're like, "Ugh, I was almost there." Another interesting team here, UVA, 7-1. They beat UNC by 1, which is in overtime. Which is not. This is like worst case. This is a bad win.
It's also a bad loss. Did you see how they lost?
No.
North Carolina was going in to tie the game or win the game, and they got tackled at the 1-inch line. He fell down and got tackled at the 1-inch line, and that's how they lost. Now, Virginia is a fraud. I am confident. I'm cool. I love their coach. He was Clemson's offensive coach. He came from, I think, A&T. He went to A&T or started A&T. Like, he's a really good coach. But Virginia's a fraud. We know what's about to happen this second half of the season. I don't even got to look at their schedule. I know what's about to happen. So, but I'm happy for them because they haven't been good for a long time. I can't believe Bill Belichick. It has the stench of loser on him right now. He's going to have to separate. He might have to take a year away from football and then come back as a consultant.
Or just go on and be one of the greatest. You can still be one of the greatest football coaches of all time. You can still be one of the greatest NFL football coaches of all time. Bro, you just give it up. Give it up.
Bro. What that's like telling people that's old that work at Walmart. He don't be the NFL football greeter at Walmart. He been doing football longer than anything else. Longer than his kids been alive. He did football since he was in his 20s.
Write you a book. Go do the Nick Saban thing. But for you to get up here and
you're not likable. Nick Saban spent 10 years making himself likable by going to Aflac.
I 100% disagree with Bill Belichick not being likable. I think that Bill Belichick knows how to be likable. I think he knows because you see what he got. I think I think that Bill Belichick is very similar to Michael Jordan to me, where we don't hear me out. We've all been interested in what you think and how you operate. And you've been so quiet that whatever you say, we're gonna hang on every word. And I think that, if he was to do some talking, he would be a guy everybody would listen to.
He needs to throw some jokes in there or something. Right now, he is 20-something-year-old women like his money. Right now, I don't think he's likable. I think there's significant differences. Michael Jordan was a global icon. So he was never going to be able to do anything wrong. And nobody ever questioned whether he was a good basketball player after he left and went to the Wizards. Bill Belichick is being questioned about his accomplishments as a head football coach, even by you, who said most of his stuff is really because of Brady. So to me, there is a difference between him being likable and Michael Jordan being likable. Bill Belichick has made his now. If he plays it right and he plays on his sarcasm and does like a Marshawn Lynch thing and has like a and does like a Marshawn Lynch thing and just doesn't change.
This is an important demographic. What Sneaky said, 20-something women are the.
That's why I said they like his money. But I think if he were to play off of his sarcasm and play like you would have to kind of like build up the show around his personality versus trying to get him to come out of his shell.
And you're gonna need. But think about, I mean, there's just so much opportunity from a guy. I look at it from a marketing standpoint of a guy who nobody has any information. Nobody's talked to him about anything. Nobody really knows what he thinks about anything. If you put him up there next to what's your boy who does a really good job podcasting with Gronk, I think he would be great. I think you could actually put him, Gronk, and what's his name? Julian Edelman. Oh, that would be great. If Edelman, Belichick, and Gronk, and then you could always do Saban and Saban and him. That would be, they're buddies already. And then the opportunity to really just sit down and listen to what they're going to talk about as far as football wise. I could do that all day and all night.
We'll see. Or we might just ride off into the sunset. You never know.
That is also what I would do if I was infinitely rich with my girlfriend of appropriate age.
In the Big Ten again, another off week.
Every week is an off week when you don't schedule anybody past week 3.
Is Indiana still a scam? As they beat UCLA, the feel-good story, 56-6. They scored on a defensive pick 6 in the first minute of the game, and that was all she wrote. That was pretty much the end of that. You said Indiana is a scam. The Real has a crap ton of views and a crap ton of people not agreeing with you.
I love nothing more than you guys beating a slump buster and then want to attack me and say, oh, we're legit now. If you think that UCLA legitimizes you as a football team, you're further proving my point that you are a scam. So, yes, I know Indiana to be a scam. I want to converse you. I want to converse and hear from you because I sense skepticism in your line of questioning. Do you believe that they are legitimate?
Yes. I said it last time. I think they beat anybody in the country.
Until they play somebody in the country.
No. No. I think they can beat anybody in the country. I think that they could beat Ohio State. I think they could beat Georgia. I think they could beat Alabama. I think they could beat Texas. A&M. I know they could beat Texas. I think they could beat, I don't know who's out, Ole Miss. I think they could beat all those teams because that defense is vastly improved.
Who do they play next? When do they play football for the rest of the season?
It's over with. The Big Ten season is over with until you get to Ohio State, Michigan. There's nobody else to play. I don't even know if there's any more ranked games, to be honest.
God. See, this is the what are we supposed to do with this? At the end of the day, it's not just it's not just about rooting for your team. It's about putting on a show. And you are right.
Yeah, they don't have any more ranked games the rest of the season. Penn State, Maryland, yeah. They don't play nobody. They don't play nobody.
Hey, Maryland.
Oh, no, man, they do have a ranked game. Cincinnati. Nope, that's Big 12.
They don't. Yeah. No, they don't. I really hope that Maryland is the guys that do it. I would love to see that. Oh man, because I come on, Maryland, do me a solid.
Yeah, the Big Ten season is over with. So they're essentially in
this sad ass schedule.
This you looked at the schedule? I think I'm right. Yeah,
I'm looking at these.
There's no more ranked matchups. Yeah. Now they may turn into ranked matchups with like USC. No, because Northwestern's ass. Yeah, I'm right.
Wait. Illinois.
Yeah, unranked. USC, Oregon.
Wait. What happened to them when they were number 9 in the country?
They got beat 63-10. 13 by or whatever it was by Indiana.
Nah.
And then they lost to
what
Ohio
happened?
State.
And then what happened?
Then they just lose to, like, Minnesota.
They lost to Washington 42-25. I told you these teams not real. It's not real.
Washington's pretty good. But we'll
unranked.
See. Yeah, the next ranked game is November 22nd, USC versus Oregon. Then after that,
why are you playing Maryland? Maryland gonna mess around and put somebody else out of there too. I feel it. They ain't finna go home and just come on, Coach.
Ohio State, Michigan. Yeah, they only got 2 ranked, and I don't think Michigan may not be ranked by the time they play. But yeah, because I think Michigan.
How the mighty have fallen. Right? Harbaugh out of there. Yeah, man.
Oh no, Michigan gonna be ranked. They play Purdue, Northwestern, Maryland, and they may lose to Maryland. And then Ohio State.
Maryland actually got
boat
the schedule.
Yeah. Maryland still play Illinois. They didn't play Ohio State this year. They don't play that. They play Indiana.
Right.
Rutgers, Illinois, Michigan State.
At the beginning of the season, that was a gauntlet at the end of the season. Illinois was top 10. Indiana, people believe in, I guess. Yeah. That was a more respectable Big Ten schedule. Still a trick bag, but
look at Oregon. Oregon now that's a dangerous team. That is a dangerous team. They just
I don't want no parts of it. Right. Huh? I said I don't want no parts of it. And I think that they're another team that probably won't have to play in the conference championship, but still get the invite to the playoffs, which means that it's just
they got to beat
somebody else.
Washington can make their season and beat them at the end of the season. But yeah, they play Iowa. Iowa quietly is 6-2. Wow. Minnesota. Then they play USC and Washington. That's not a bad schedule going down the stretch.
Hey, USC 5-2. But now I hate the numbers because the numbers don't correlate with a decent schedule. You didn't play anybody. But Oregon, and not a problem I would want to have.
Unless they quarterback. Now the quarterback did get injured. I think he broke his nose. He did come back in the game.
You better put that LeBron mask on, bro. Or you better put a visor on like Tua did.
Yeah, might make you play better. So the Big Ten is interesting, but really the story of the season to me is the Big 12 conference. Oh, well, there you go. BYU beat Iowa State in a game where their backup quarterback wears number 47 and they put up 41 points. They have this Julian Edelman-like receiver, number 11. I think his name is Parker Hudson.
He played basketball and football. I mean, not basketball and football. He played offense and defense, doesn't he?
No, he just plays defense. I mean, offense, but I think he plays baseball too. They keep winning, and they're beating all the teams. It's not like they're beating teams. They're beating all the ranked teams. They're beating the teams that are Cinderella stories. They're beating the teams that can score 60 points, and they're beating the teams that play defense. They beating everybody.
And they're doing this once again with the backup quarterback. They lost their quarterback at the beginning of the season, and that is a little scary to me. Was this team better with the other quarterback?
Supposedly.
If it was,
when he played, they'll blow people out.
Right. I mean, they still blowing them out. They 5-0, 8-0. Winning streak at 8. Cincinnati also 5-0, 7-1, won 7 in a row. University of Houston 7-1, won 3 in a row. Texas Tech spent all that money. They're the new SMU 7-1. Utah quietly crept back into this thing. They're 6-2.
I think, unfortunately for everybody else, I think that 2, anybody has 2 losses is out of it. Because you still got BYU, Cincinnati, Texas Tech, and Houston all with 1 loss or undefeated.
Does BYU play anybody for the rest of the season, or are they just walking on into?
What? They play Texas Tech next week.
Texas Tech
then they
and
play
Cincinnati.
BYU.
And they also is UCF.
And TCU, who is 6-2 quietly. Like, that's crazy. And now I'm really about to disrespect y'all. That's crazy that the Big 12, who has been a joke of a conference all these years, is more competitive and plays a tougher schedule than the Big 10. That's crazy.
We knew this. We always knew this is what it was, and always what it's going to be.
Now, I said the ACC was going to get rated, but Texas Tech won, Cincinnati beat Baylor, Utah wins. I don't think And I ran through them, my bad. But I don't, we can talk about it, but this is the whole discussion. I don't think that BYU's coach is leaving because of they're in a unique position to where the heritage of his people is very prominent in the state of Utah on both sides, Utah and BYU. So he's going to be like king of the snow, John Snow out there, king of the north or the west.
Yeah, that's a different. I mean, Utah the same way. Those guys just don't be moving around like that.
Yeah, they're not going to leave.
Get there. Yeah,
but everybody else, Texas Tech. Although I don't know if I leave because y'all spending $40 million, even though he came out and said that was actually a loan. I was not donating. Cincinnati. Yeah, he came out and said that like a payday loan is what he called it. And then Utah. So
what you gonna do? Send an invoice?
Yes.
Do it. Send that to send it. Yeah, okay.
I'm sure he's MAGA. He can make a call to somebody. It'll be a law, right? There'll be no more NIL till I get my money. But Texas Tech, Cincinnati, Utah, all those coaches about to get rated. It's about to be some movement, and all of them are going to try to get to the Big Ten and SEC because of that TV deal and who makes the most money.
And the SEC is going to be interested because the one thing that these guys can do, especially if you can find a decent defensive coordinator, put up points. There's no shortage of points.
With Texas Tech, you now have an inside track to Texas recruiting. That is what you really want. And NIL money.
That's the reason I don't know why he would say that right now. Bro, you're getting the return on your money right now.
You talking about Lane?
No. The old boy from Texas Tech who spent the $16-17 million. You are SMU. You paid your way to the top. Also, it's a school who we need to put some more respect on that name, University of Houston.
Quietly.
They are one of the top. No. Number 22, but also a top basketball school. They're the odds. I think they're one of the odds-on favorites to win the basketball championship next year. And University of Houston is not like the rest of these schools who have like this long, illustrious history of being in the sports.
Oh, Houston don't play nobody. Left. West Virginia, Central Florida. Oh, TCU's a tough game, and then Baylor.
They could lose to Baylor, but who knows? I do want to end the Big 12 conversation with your boy, though. Utah beat the absolute hell out of Colorado.
Deion cussed out his defensive coordinator. Fired. He gonna be gone.
I'm talking about. I think they had 400 yards rushing. The stats were embarrassing. The stats for y'all who are listening, the stats were like playing college football on freshmen. They're just doing everything. And of course, he goes in and talks about, oh, well, if you give up 300 plus rushing yards, you're going to lose. You only scored 7 points.
You was going to lose regardless.
Right. As long as they scored 8 points, you was going to lose, brother. I'm
trying to look up the stats, y'all, so pardon me.
I'm a big proponent that I think that Deion should probably just retire.
They played all the walk-ons.
I did not want you to look at it. You looked anyway. Go ahead and tell him now since you saw it. Y'all hear Reggie cackling.
Oh, because we SEC football fans, old school football fans, when you can run the ball for 422 yards at 8.3 yards a clip.
I don't think that y'all know. If you haven't played football, you don't know what that's like.
I can tell you, go get punched in the face for 4 hours. The left side of the face, the right side of the face, and the middle. A dive, a sweep, and a toss. Over and over. Bro, they threw the ball for 165 yards and ran for 422.
You not especially if you're All of the defense, because I was gonna say, man, if you playing defensive line, you playing linebacker, you're just tackling on every play. But the secondary clearly tackling a lot of people too. If they stopped them, the 53 points, they was going to the end zone.
Bruh,
but
the linebackers line up 4 yards off the line of scrimmage. They were averaging 8.3 yards a carry, which means they was getting to the safety.
they
Shout
were
out to
averaging.
let me see the safeties.
Anytime that the running back is averaging getting to the third level, it's bad. It's terrible. But overall,
Safety,
I think
Taufik Byard led the team in tackles for Colorado. Told you.
You don't know how tired that man is. He like that lady in that Popeyes bean.
Bruh, and what you gonna do? Because everybody bigger than you on the line, you can't cuss them out. Like, what you gonna do?
But not even that much bigger than you, just slightly bigger than you. Because they don't have a big defensive line.
I am cussing you out. You can fight me all you want to. Why you ain't fight them? 53, right. I made all the tackles.
And the other part about this is if you were more aggressive and you were really that bad, then you would have made tackles in the first place.
Yeah, don't fight me.
Right.
Don't get mad.
No. I want to be clear. You can't fight me. Or let's just go watch the tape. Tough guy. But this is one where there is no tape. Y'all just get out there and do calisthenics and you burn it. You flush it. That's a flush it. Don't even begin to have a conversation about it. I don't want to look back at any of it. It's probably one of those games you want to forget. But my concern with Deion is the offense has not really looked the same. And I said this before. He coached Shedeur his whole life.
Yeah, he's never coached another quarterback.
He knows exactly what Shedeur is capable of, where his strengths are, where his weaknesses, his opportunities, and threats. Now you're going to have to do what you've been doing with a lifetime of one kid. You have to do that quickly. And then you're going to have to make sure that kid learns what you're teaching. So that quarterback development situation is going to be very interesting to me. If I was him.
And there's a reason that he's not playing Juju. He put in the third string quarterback after Caden Salter. So I think what he's doing is going to sit there and he's redshirting Juju. That's his ace in the hole, is having Juju.
Yeah, but your ace in the hole has to walk. If you got an ace and that two of diamond or that big joker come across the board, then your ace in the hole finna send your ass to the house.
Yeah, but you don't know that. This the highest card you got. You got to play it. You can't hold it. You got to play. Hey, bro, we about to get set.
Or you could go home. My answer, especially with his health things, I'll go home, bro.
Books made. We out of here. I was gonna say I don't know if he makes it through the season next year. I think he might step down because of health issues. I can see that happening soon.
I think that I don't see a lot of hope in this team. I don't see the strongest future. And yeah, you're dealing with everything else as far as health-wise, bro. You have to ask yourself at this point, is it even worth it? You're one of the most iconic football players of all professional. Yeah, no, you're one of the most iconic at every level football player of all time. You the most I don't think he could be the best Colorado coach, but the second best Colorado coach of all time.
They won a championship.
Right. But he's the one who made them the money. And I think that does mean a lot.
Yeah, but also that puts them in an interesting situation because if he does leave, you can't go back to being mediocre. And all these other Big 12 teams, we just named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that have passed you.
But the thing about it is he's also provided you with a war chest of money. That is he did definitely get you all the money that you needed to at least try again. Your enrollment through the roof. Because of him.
Yeah, you can go get a Memphis coach. You can pay somebody, but I mean, this got to be their best move. Otherwise, you're gonna go back to obscurity. Because we just saw what Utah did to y'all, and luckily, y'all don't have to play Texas Tech again.
You want me to tell you the truth about that obscurity, Reggie? I think they'd be very happy going to obscurity with all that money.
Yes.
Okay.
The administration be right back there. All roads were.
They ain't never had nothing. They didn't give me some money.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of college football. We are going to take a quick second, and then we're going to come back. We ain't going through all these NFL games, bro. This was the backup quarterback week, the midweek. This is normally what happens in the middle of the season. We're gonna have a conversation. I'm gonna tell the truth, and I'm gonna say I told you so a lot.
This will actually be, for all intents and purposes, more of a mid-season update than a game by game breakdown. We are right in the middle of this season. Yeah, the Falcons is different. Y'all know why we here, and it's not good. But then after that, we'll kind of go through and kind of royal rumble about each one of these teams and where they are and where they're going, because they're every damn team has questions on their path and their future and their past.
Yes.
But give us a quick second, and we're coming right back.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our final segment, episode 205 of the Splash Cast Monday Night Raw, the NFL midseason update.
Take it to the house. Yes.
Live look in. What's the Chief and Commanders doing? It was 7-6 last time I looked.
Yeah, let's go there now. I can't lie. I have been thrown for a loop. I did not think the Hawks going to lose to the Bulls. It's kind of. Oh, there's a dogfight in the World Series. 5-5, top of the eighth. Dodgers and Blue Jays tied. Oh, my goodness. Chiefs. 28-7. Master class.
Oh, it took off. So it was 7-7 at halftime. And then they took off in the second half. And Deebo Samuel ain't do nothing. So the Chiefs beat the Commanders. Again, we told y'all, welcome back. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. We told y'all that this is more of a mid-season update after we talk about the Falcons. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the Falcons.
Fuck the Falcons.
The Falcons lost 34-10 against the Miami Dolphins, who were 1-6, and Tua had just thrown 4 interceptions.
And multiracial McDaniel has 1 foot out of the door. He literally says, in order for you to win, you have to score more points than the other team. The most obvious statement in sports history. And Tua got an eye infection.
Couldn't even see out one eye. Couldn't see.
Took one eye to kick our ass like the way he did.
No, it didn't. It took Mike McDaniel. So I did not get a chance to live stream the game. Happy birthday to my sister again. It was her birthday weekend celebration. So we went out. And I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, rough weekend. Cowboys got stomped out too, huh?
Mm-hmm. I'll make sure I send her that. But this game was so disappointing to watch. Backstory: Michael Penix was out. Bone bruise.
Can't blame him for this.
And I knew if anybody was going to be hurt, or if there was a chance of him being hurt, then we weren't going to play him. So we come back with Kirk Cousins. Yes, sneaky. The Dolphins had the worst defense in the league. And while
we allegedly have the best backup quarterback in the NFL.
I'm not, and that's where I was going. I'm not going to blame Kirk for this. I'm not going to blame Kirk. Kirk was told he was going to be the starting quarterback, took all the offensive reps, got ready, and then an hour before the game, they told you your number one receiver is not going to play. After kicking off your third receiver, kicking him off the team. So I'm not going to blame this on Kirk, even though he didn't look great. I saw the same frustration from Kirk that I saw from Michael Penix against Carolina. It's a Zach Robinson thing. Kirk was mad about getting the plays in. Kirk was mad about taking so long that he couldn't make adjustments at the line. That's why the Dolphins dominated. It was one dude, the safety, Brooks, for the Dolphins. They just let him run all over the place.
Jordan Brooks, 10 tackles, 1 sack, 3 TFLs, 1 quarterback hit.
Yeah. Because you can't make any adjustments at the line of scrimmage because Zach Robinson takes so long to get the play in.
And Robinson
had 9 carries.
In the pistol.
Bijan Robinson had 9 carries. Bijan Robinson had 9 carries total. What you gonna do, bro? 4th and 7, down, really trying to stay in the game. What's the play call you think we call, Norwood, on 4th and 7? What would you call?
Me with this team, especially with Pitts, I'm running a mesh. I want people moving so that we could probably throw to. I'm also throwing things to the wide side of the field, not the short side of the field, like we love to do. And I'll probably run some play action, something else that we don't do well.
Viable, right? All of those are pretty good. We know what he did. The bubble screen to Kyle Pitts, who was getting blocked for by David Sills, our 5th string wide receiver, who Kirk Cousins advocated to be on the team. This is the worst offensive coordinator job I've seen in a long time. And we had Arthur Smith as head coach.
I will say that this is probably the most disappointing lose in Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
One of them. I think we've had multiple losses like this, which is why we can't find a good coach. Because this normally how you get fired is you have these inexcusable losses.
And the loss itself would have been bad. The ass kicking is where it gets to a point where it's just, I don't know what else you can do. You can't lose to the Miami Dolphins, who probably, if they lost to us, multiracial McDaniel probably going home.
Tua's bench going home. Jalen Waddle's traded. The defense was the worst in the league. The defensive coordinator is probably gonna he's gonna get another job now.
Yeah, you held what believed to be a rushing powerhouse to 45 rushing yards on 17 carries.
No, you didn't. You didn't hold them to nothing. They ran the ball 9 times with Bijan Robinson. 9. At this point, and then you double down. I'm talking to Raheem now. Then you double down and said you're not making any changes to play calling. When your backup veteran quarterback is on the sideline begging Zach Robinson to do
They're going to make changes to your life, Raheem, soon and very soon. You're going to be doing something else. You might as well call and see if the Rams will let you come back, or see, I think that Brian Flores is doing a really good job, and I think that he'll get hired somewhere. See if you can piggyback and be a defensive back coach or maybe a DC somewhere. But I have said since the beginning of the season, I really said since dealing with him and Zach Robinson, Raheem, I just never got what your unique skill was, and what they told me it was is he is a people connector, and I didn't like that. But he's a black man who has won a Super Bowl as a coordinator, and people say great things about him. He has a positive attitude. He ain't getting it done, and Zach Robinson has been terrible since he got here.
Mail him to Stillwater. He's already mentally checked out. He's going to Oklahoma State, where they run that wacky ass offense with the pistol and all that stupid ass shit. Send him over there.
And Raheem, I blame you for that, because you allow him to commit to the pistol. And I want to be very transparent with you guys here. I know a lot about football, but I'm also not the most knowledgeable person ever to walk the earth. If you watch anybody talk about the Atlanta Falcons offense, everybody says the same thing. It is simple. It is predictable. You can tell by the personnel what the play is going to be. Dan Orlovsky has talked about it. Kurt Binkert has talked about it. Across
any former quarterback.
Anybody who's watched football before looks at the Falcons. That was the joke. That if you play Pop Warner football, you could probably figure out the Falcons. That's embarrassing.
You don't use Algier is one of my favorite players. He needs to leave and go to Kansas City next year immediately. They will run you and give you the ball. You be the feature back. or Denver or anywhere else that's winning. Just leave. Just leave. And I
And they
said this.
know.
Huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I said this in the college era when we were talking about college with Brian Kelly. You have to coach something. Raheem may work with the DBs in practice. He may work with the defense. Remember, he coached receivers with the Falcons too. He may coach receivers, whatever. During the game, I see nothing. I don't see him talking to anybody. I don't see him firing up the squad. I see him clapping when they run off the field, but I don't see him do anything. And when your offense is so terrible, Bijan at one point had the most yards in the league, and we were averaging 10 points, 10, 12 points. You as a head coach got to do something. You got to go say something. You can't just let them keep running that bullshit, and you don't do anything. And we're going to talk about Jeff Obert, too. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to let you talk. But Jeff Obert, bro.
I want to shoot him a little bit of bail. Number one, I want to say that if you have an offense that you know is not going to score any points, then the other offense is like, we're going to get enough opportunities. The other part is, as much as I don't know if Mike McDaniel will ever be a good head coach, I do think he is a very good offensive coordinator. And if you look at what he has, and you look at the situation that our defense was going to be in because our offense was going to be this terrible, that part, could you have played better? Yes, but I also think that Mike McDaniel with a stacked deck is going to make it difficult. But for me, Raheem, you allowing Zach Robinson to stay in the pistol. The team that runs the pistol successful is the Baltimore Ravens. You want to know why the Baltimore Ravens run the pistol successful? Because there's an RPO option. You don't know if Lamar is going to give the ball to Derrick Henry or if he's going to run the ball himself or if he's going to pass it. Michael Penix is not Lamar Jackson. Michael Penix is a standard, traditional pocket passer. No linebacker is concerned about Michael Penix getting to the edge. Conversely, we shouldn't even be trying to put him in that position because of his injury history. So him not being under center puts us behind the 8 ball in the first place. The defense already knows he ain't running the ball, so there's no threat there. So I can play my standard defense because it's obvious. And we double down on the pistol because that's all Zach Robinson knows. Instead of saying, hey, Bucko, you got to figure something out, especially into your second year. The first year, it is what it is. We let that rock. You did that with Kirk, even though Kirk, same situation, wasn't pressing the edge. So why are you in the pistol? And for us to stay in it for no reason just proves we're committed to being dumb. And that is why I think more than anything, the fan base is not even disappointed. I think the fan base is hurt right now. This is the first time across the board where I've seen Falcons fans, they're talking about Jabari Smith, talking about, I want to take my tattoo off. He has the Falcons tattooed on him. And we're all dejected. This is a bad place for us to be right now.
Here's why I say I don't give Ulrich a pass. I do and I don't. I told y'all. I remember I told you, I said I was going to tell y'all, right? Falcons Camp Confidential. Defensive line. I said, hey, it's going to be difficult for us to stop the run, kind of lighten the pants on the D-line. Our biggest defensive lineman who's supposed to be the nose tackle is 33-year-old or 32-year-old David Onyemata, who's only 305 pounds. And that's at his heaviest. And the discussion that you and other people said was, hey, look, we're going to live and die by the blitz. Well, we dying. Our linebackers are hurt. Jalen Walker's hurt. Avatar, Devon Diablo's hurt. And JD Bertrand ain't it. Caden Ellis can't cover nothing. And you got exposed against San Francisco because they just ran the ball up the middle of the field. You also got exposed against Buffalo, but Josh Palmer got hurt, and you were able to kind of mask that by blitzing because they didn't have the greatest offensive line. But I told y'all they are manipulating the safeties by flooding the zone. And in your cover 3, Jesse Bates is essentially in the middle of the field, right behind the linebacker / safety. So all they do is either run somebody at him behind him and he has to take somebody behind him, or they run somebody in front of him and then follow him and flood his zone with somebody behind him, or they do it to Xavier Watts. And there's nothing you can do because all you're playing is cover 3 because you can't really get to the quarterback because you have to all out blitz to get to the quarterback. Told y'all you need a defensive tackle. I told y'all that Jesse Bates was getting manipulated because he's forced to play cover 3 only and he likes to jump routes and all they do is flood the zone. I told y'all that our linebacker depth gave me pause because I was like, hey, we're really not that outside of Devon Diablo, who was an unknown at the time. Caden Ellis is great at rushing the passer, but he gets cooked when it comes to coverage. That's what happened last year with him and Landman. They used to get cooked. All of that is coming to fruition.
Can we add a little bit more of this to, hey, you guys should maybe add another receiver to this roster? Just maybe.
Told y'all that you needed to probably move Mooney to the speed guy on the inside and get a second receiver.
You guys, it's like, and I know Reggie probably got pissed off because every week I'm like, man, these guys just free agents just sitting at home, and we not gonna call any of them and say, hey, do you want to play receiver? Like none of them. And I will even say I blame the team. This is where I do blame Terry.
Yes.
Mooney has been hurt. Mooney has never not been hurt the whole season. So you knew he's been hurt. You never backfilled that position. What did you expect to happen? You were one injury away. Right. Well, I mean, it's kind of inconsequential. Ray wasn't saving us from this ass whooping. And we never were in a position to be successful at the wide receiver room from the beginning. I said it in the draft, you should draft one. I said, hey, man, even if you don't draft one, there are guys who are available. And I'm talking about guys who are available until the first week of the football season. It's not like, oh, everybody got picked early. No, these guys are just laying around like, hey, man. I know Amari Cooper ended up retiring. We didn't kick the tires on that. We couldn't get that guy. At least try. There's not enough effort here. So for me, no.
But I mean, hell, I ain't really confident that getting a second wide receiver is going to do anything with this tragic ass offensive scheme. Ain't going to do nothing either.
Oh, well, that is the other part about that is another wide receiver is not saving you from this stupid ass pistol. I gotta say this here.
Yeah.
I gotta say this part. I'm going through a very rough period in my life. Brian Snicker, out of here.
Yeah, he retired. Or is retiring.
Raheem, he needs to go. Billy Napier, gone. Quinn Snyder just lost to the Bulls. Coach Boykin, I am at 5 coaches that need to go, and I have 6 teams. The Tampa Bay Lightning is the only thing I got left.
That boy went to hockey. That boy said, look, man, y'all playing hockey in Florida. That's my team. That's what I'm trying to listen.
Every other team, the person running my team, I think needs to be fired. I don't know, man. I deserve something nice. I'm not one to say I don't think I deserve everything nice. But all of my coaches have to be terrible.
No, all your coaches make stupid decisions. So Raheem Morris doubling down on Zach Taylor is a stupid decision. That's a stupid decision. I don't care. See, that's millionaire problems. I can double down on stupid because at the end of the day, I'm a millionaire. And I'm going to be loyal to Zach Robinson because he may get a head coaching job and I may need to be a DB coach somewhere. Cool. But he should be fired. Doubling down on Zach Robinson is insane. You already fired Jimmy Lake and you brought in Ulbrich. Cool. And you're right. Terry Fontenot. if I can see that we needed help on the defensive line, if Norwood can see that, hey, Mooney got hurt on the first day of training camp and missed the rest of training camp.
And even if he was 100% healthy, we still needed more than what you gave us.
Our right tackle decision off. He played well he did as well as we. Elijah Wilkinson has played.
I don't deserve this, Reggie. I don't deserve this.
You didn't go get another corner, although another corner wouldn't have mattered. They just threw the ball for 2 weeks now. And again, this is what happens when you play a Shanahan offense. Once they figure out that you can't stop something, they do it over and over again. Last week, they knew that you are soft run defense. They ran Christian McCaffrey straight at the middle of the field for the last 3 quarters of the game. That's what they did.
Everything feels like poverty. We ain't got no receivers for the Falcons. We ain't got no pitchers for the Braves. We ain't got no backup point guard for the Hawks. I don't got shit.
Mike McDaniel figured out that all I got to do is flood the zone and then throw the ball to Jalen. Man turned off all his lights. Flood the zone and then throw the ball to Jalen Waddle, who's faster than everybody. That's what it is. So, and then now we play the most difficult part of our schedule. I think we played Indianapolis, New England, and a bunch of other teams that are like at the top of the division. So, whatever. I think we still got to play the Jets, but hell, they won. So we can move on, man. Whatever, man. The Falcons, y'all gonna, as we said at the beginning of the year, somebody gonna come drive this Ferrari. If you can't, Mike McDaniel gonna come right in here. We're gonna get a defensive coach, Brian Flores as the defensive coach, with Mike McDaniels as the offensive coordinator.
Can't do that. You can't do that. Remember, they were in Miami kind of at the same time. I don't think those.
Can't hear you at all, brother. Cannot hear you at all.
I'm coming back. I broke my light. I'm hurt. Let's see. I'm probably. Oh, it's not that bad. Oh my God, it's blinding me though. But you got to remember, because I spent a lot of time in the airport thinking about that. Remember, Mike McDaniel replaced Brian Flores. I doubt that those two guys want to be buddies and work together.
Hey, man, that situation ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, that sounds good. No,
fine, whatever. As long as Mike McDaniel's the offensive coordinator, I don't care. As long as the offensive coordinator,
I think it would be a great marriage, but I'm also like, I thought about that a long time. I was like, I don't know if they would be cool with each other, and I could understand.
There's a few vacancies that's probably going to happen. You got to look at Minnesota. You got to look at the Bengals.
And yeah, let's you want to do AFC or NFC?
I don't care.
All right, I guess we'll do alphabetical start to AFC here. First of all, shout out to Vrabel in the Pats, just getting it together.
Yeah.
No.
But go ahead.
Being better than the Bills right now is impressive to a team where you have just Vrabel's first year as the Pats coach. Drake May, by definition, extremely questionable QB. You got Stephon Diggs in the purple powder and Cardi B doing whatever they're doing. It's when you started the season looking at the Patriots, it wasn't a slam dunk that they would be first in the AFC East. For them to be first right now,
no, but you knew it was going to be what? Okay, so I'm gonna read off who they've beaten. They beat the Raiders, the Dolphins, lost to the Steelers, beat the Panthers.
Panthers are 4-4. Whoa, Panthers are 4-4.
Beat the Bills.
The Bills are,
to me, out of all of those games, that Bills is probably the game that makes them seem legitimate.
I mean,
they beat the Saints,
Bills too. The Bills questionable too. No,
they beat the Saints, they beat the Titans, and they beat the Browns. Out of those teams, you argued for the Panthers, and then they've beaten the Bills was their best team, which you just said was questionable because they don't really have receivers.
I mean, they have more to prove. I'm saying that they've done what you can ask of them so far, but they have more work to do. For sure.
They are in an advantageous division.
Correct, for sure.
The Jets. Oh,
I feel like look at this AFC. What's not advantageous about this place? You go right onto the AFC North. It's ghetto too. Pittsburgh Steelers are the top of it, and nobody trusts them.
No,
and they got
what's crazy is Baltimore with this win to get to two wins are the favorite, the betting favorite. I guess we shouldn't talk about betting, but the betting favorite to win the division. They haven't had Lamar for 3 weeks, possibly 4.
They're going to put it. They're going to put them under investigation because Lamar was gone for so long. I mean,
that
the AFC
is awful.
Jank
and
man.
Myles Garrett. Let's have a conversation. We don't believe you. We don't believe you slamming your helmet on the ground. I know you got 5 sacks in one game and lost 32-13, but we don't believe you. We don't believe the emotion. We don't believe you sitting on the end of the bench while everybody else, because you upset because you're doing everything that you can. You chose to sign there. You could have gone anywhere else.
This is where I disagree with you, Reggie. I'm going to offer some pushback. Number one, he's the only person in NFL history to have 3 5-sack games and have lost them all. That's tragic. The second part about that is so you happily married. Y'all got a beautiful family, all of that. As a person who is single and have been in a relationship, and you know when the relationship finna come to an end and anything a person do set you off so you can walk out the door, I see what Miles is doing. I see exactly what he is doing. He did exactly what we said he was going to do. He took that money because they made him an offer because he said he wanted to win last year. Then they made him an offer he couldn't refuse. And then suddenly he was happy to be there and they gave him a chance to compete. Now he's doing exactly what it takes in order for him to get the hell on out of there. Now,
so you agree?
As far as I think
we don't believe you. This is all a facade. You took the money. We don't believe that you really upset. You took the money and you trying to leave. So either you saying that this is a plot and a ploy that they made him an offer he can't refuse. So now he took the money and he got to get the hell out of there. So he's got to put on.
We knew he was going to do this. We knew he was going to take the money. Then we knew he was going to be mad. We knew he was going to force his way out. And I honestly said, I have to look at this from purely career management. I think this is the right answer. If they say we'll pay you so much money that you have to stay in Cleveland, then you stay for one more year. Now I stayed for one more year and I want out. Now Jerry Jones used them damn draft picks, bro. You got them.
Fine. That don't change my point. All of this is a facade. It's an act.
It's a
we don't believe that you're emotional.
It's a means to an end for him.
Cool. Well, you can reword it all you want to. It's an act. It's a facade. You took the money. You signed up for it. You said you knew who they were going to draft at quarterback, and then they started Dylan Gabriel. You said all of these things. You made it right. You took the politician route. You lied. And now you putting on an act to act like you are that guy that you're upset. We knew you were going to get 5 sacks, but you also got 5 sacks against the 0-6 Jets. No, I'm sorry. That was I'm sorry, against the Patriots. Against the Patriots. You got 5 sacks against the Patriots, but you lost 32-13. You knew this was going to happen. They traded away Joe Flacco. The only competent QB on the roster, allegedly.
He didn't know that this is gonna happen.
How do you not know? They've been bad since 1999.
No, you miss it. You miss what I'm saying. I said we knew this is gonna happen. It's not a secret to anybody. This is just this. Yes, correct.
We don't believe you. I don't believe you, bro. You could do all that hollering, and you better go play some basketball on the off season to go dunk. Be hurt, bro. Just it is what it is, bro. Now you're right, Jerry. November 4th is next week. You got a week to make it happen.
Also, since we're talking about teams who have star players who are upset, Jamar Chase clearly upset with the Cincinnati Bengals. They talked about how they continuously have big leads and trick games off, and his answer was, "You can't talk to me about that. I need you to talk to the head coach." That is not a good answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I told y'all, man.
Yeah.
If
We're gonna get
you
to
have to
the same
do,
conversation.
you have to do, once you identify you have one of the top 5 wide receivers in the NFL, you have to do whatever it takes to keep those guys happy. Even if you go ahead and concede that the season is going to lose, they're okay as long as their stats are astronomical. That's the reason I said that everybody just letting Jameis sit over there in New York and be a motivational speaker. At least keep your guys happy. And he ain't happy no more. Baltimore.
It's your fault, Cincinnati, though. Y'all should have traded T. Higgins. Like, and I love T, and he's really good, and he probably is a one somewhere else, but you would have got something. You could have built something out on defense. Anything.
Reggie, you are asking teams that historically, and just let's be real, the Bengals are one of those teams that over the time that they've existed made really bad decisions.
Yeah, they're the AFC version of the Falcons. Yeah.
Right. Maybe even worse.
No. If you go look at their track record, they made it to one Super Bowl and they blew it. They had to win, and then Joe Montana comes back and wins.
Yeah, I feel like we've spent a little bit more money. They are notoriously also ultra cheap. We ain't that cheap, but they're going to be in that situation. And that's the reason when y'all got mad about teams drafting Shador, I said, y'all have to look at these teams as organizations. They're not going to start making good decisions if they historically make bad decisions a lot. Same thing here. Browns, y'all know y'all playing for next season. I don't even know what that discussion is. I don't know.
There's nothing to play for. There's no next season. Next season, they've had 36. I'm sorry, 26 next seasons. 26.
And that's like 40 QB.
That's just the season. They just playing for the season. That's their season.
And their thing is they still got the Deshaun Watson thing to figure out.
Soon. Oh, they're gonna have to play him next year. They're gonna have to play him.
Pay and play. What you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to play him.
The Ravens have to be the happiest 2-5 team in the NFL.
You mean to tell me we gonna win the division and I get 4 bye weeks in a row? 4? What?
4 bye weeks is crazy as hell.
It don't matter what I do. We can win, lose, or draw. Don't matter. I wouldn't have played Derrick Henry either. And then just come right back out, go to 9-8 because they're gonna go on a run when Lamar get back.
Let's move on to the Colts. Jonathan Taylor for MVP, Jonathan Taylor for president, Jonathan Taylor for King of America, Jonathan Taylor for everything. Also, Daniel Jones, your name needs to be white privilege. Because to walk out of Saquon's arms and into Jonathan Taylor, who has more touchdowns than damn near half the NFL teams, hey, you did something right.
An offensive coordinator.
You did something right along the way that you deserve, that you've been blessed with a lot of opulence for. And
you endured Brian Daboll.
7-1. We play them, and then we play them like in Berlin or somewhere. We're gonna get stomped at like 8:00 in the morning. But Jonathan Taylor
on offense.
Jonathan Taylor is he's playing out of his mind.
If I'm the Falcons, I look at sending a late round pick for AD Mitchell because he's obviously benched. He's not going to play, but he's a really good route runner. And the only reason he's not playing is because he made a stupid decision.
Reggie, what that got to do with the pistol?
Nothing. But it set you up for next year. You can put Mooney in the slot.
Man, Mooney, hey. And come back.
You can't revamp your whole wire. That'd be 3 of the 4 wide receivers that we had would be gone. I'd bring up Nick Nash, but anyway, back to
Control, Alt, Delete, Purge. The Colts look like world beaters. Jacksonville,
you are who we thought you were. All
sure.
y'all Duval fans have been super quiet. Super quiet. Y'all called us stupid. You called me smooth brain. I ain't never gonna forget that. You called me smooth brain.
He said that multiple times. He took that personal.
You stupid mother. We saw it, bro. He was averaging 150 yards passing a game, bro. 150 yards passing. That's not winnable. Also, Jacksonville, y'all better grow some nuts and tell Travis, old boy, to damn play DB and shut the hell up.
No, Now,
Travis Hunter.
Y'all know one thing about me is I like to toot my own horn. And this is finna be tooting. Rootin' tootin'. I told y'all what Travis Hunter was on day one. Y'all people done tried to argue me down. You are a hater. You don't want him to be great. You just, you don't believe in him. Nah, I think he's an excellent defensive back. That's it. Y'all don't understand this wide receiver shit is real. You don't just get to show up here and be like, I was good in college. You have to be an elite route runner. You got to be able to get out on the outside and kill. You have to be the guy beating the guy. You're not even in that conversation. And that's Travis Hunter. That's not your fault. That's the team's fault for not putting you in a place to be successful. You have to be able to assess talent and be transparent and say, hey, we'll work you in a little bit on offense where we can. Do I still think that the kid's a special athlete? Yes. Does that mean that I think that he's a wide receiver 1? Hell no. Do I think that he's a wide receiver 2? Probably not even. Can he be a functional wide receiver 3 for some packages? Yes. But as long as y'all continue to do this, y'all not going to get y'all's money worth. And remember, trade it up for him.
And Brian Thomas Jr. is not happy. And y'all are starting to field conversations about trading him, which I think is insane. But
not for me. If y'all, we ain't got no first, but if you want a second, that's a problem. I'd love to figure out.
Yeah, not for the Falcons. I agree. Falcons. As soon as I saw, I said Terry. I added him. Terry Fontenot.
I don't care. I don't care if we don't draft nobody. If you want to give them the second and say, I'll take Brian Thomas Jr., please and thank you.
But what I'm saying is, if you lose Brian Thomas Jr., you got to play Travis Hunter, which is insane because you traded away Tyson Campbell for Greg Newsome, who got torched last week. And now you got to play. So you have to play Hunter at DB. You have to, but you're not doing it. Y'all are this is losers.
Once again, I want y'all to
this whole NFL
y'all that
loser bill.
I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to keep telling y'all this. Teams who make bad decisions don't suddenly start making good decisions. Jacksonville paid Trevor Lawrence max money. You have to understand you're going to make more bad decisions. So let's finish out the AFC South here. I think the Texans are going to turn it around here pretty soon. They have all the opportunity in the world as long as they get some help. They beat San Francisco this week. I still think that they're a decent team, even though Reggie has a look of full skepticism. I think that they could go on a mini run and get it together because if not them, then who?
How many teams make the playoffs? 7, right? 4 division winners. Mm-hmm. You would assume the Colts are going to win the division and then 3 other teams. You assume Kansas City, and you assume that 2 to 3 teams are coming out of the AFC West. With the Chargers, Broncos, and Chiefs. That's 7 teams. You have to hope that the Chargers or the Chiefs or Broncos falter so that you could get the last wild card spot.
Gauntlet boy.
Go ahead, draft that receiver from Iowa State. Go ahead and get him. He's the number 1 receiver. Or KDT Jr., whatever. No, he's a sophomore. He can't even come out. Get somebody.
Oh, so you y'all not gonna make it. Punt on the season and be done with
3 and 4. Take Dale will be back. It's be 18 months. He'll be back.
Y'all, and I will also tell y'all, since we about to talk about Titans next, y'all might want to call on Calvin Ridley. I don't think
Ridley.
I think that him being your wide receiver 3 is a very good place. I think I would like for Atlanta to call him back, but we ain't gonna do that ever.
Nah, that situation
yeah,
never going.
But yeah, I think that he's a guy who he's lost what he used to be. But just like when Kansas City called Juju and kind of made him into something for a little bit, I think they can do that.
Him and Rashee Rice would be kind of
correct. Correct.
Speaking of the AFC
and the bar is in hell for everybody. Like Mahomes doing that shit with the most mid of boys. So yeah, you just get over there and be mid. He'll do the work.
Denver is the team that is heavily linked to Brian Thomas Jr. And if that happens, y'all and Sean Payton will be in hell because Sean Payton will cook y'all if he gets them.
That is the right answer for Bo Nix, man. Bo Nix is a legitimate NFL quarterback. I want to say that. I didn't talk really bad about him at different points in his career, but I will say I like that kid. Him and Sean Payton are a very good mix.
He looks like he was a pro quarterback because he hasn't changed the way he's played. He just he's with a better coach. I mean, honestly, and a better coach than Auburn. At Oregon, I think he was just with a better team.
Right
here, he's with an offensive mastermind. As much as Falcons fans, we hate Sean Payton because he's an asshole.
He doing that shit.
He can draw up the plays, boy, and it works. So I think that he's in a great situation, and I think Sean Payton
he's in the best situation for him.
I think Sean Payton is the greatest coach to play for if you're a mature player who can. At 24, I don't see Sean Payton ever drafting like a 21-year-old quarterback.
And
he's
especially
24, 25-year-old that has taken some coaching, taken some lumps, and it's like, look, if you trust me, I can put you in the positions to win.
But that's what he's doing. And I think that Sean Payton likes those guys because they have to shut the fuck up. If not,
Bo Nix cussed him out on the sideline in his rookie year. Cussed him smooth out. It's that you'll remember the guy. He's like, that's just Bo. That's just he's very confident in his abilities and understanding of the offense. That's what we need. And then motherfuckers went and almost beat the Chiefs. So they're good, man. And
I want to give him credit for that because that's not easy to do. And we didn't believe in him at all. And he had a lot to prove. And he's done in the 2 years that he's been in the NFL, he's been as good as everybody in his class, if not better.
His class? Who's in class? CJ?
Yeah. And Bryce. And somebody else. Yeah.
He is better. As of now.
Right.
He is better than all of them.
And I mean, and he's the guy who everybody was like, oh, nah. Tennessee, we're not wasting no time on y'all next season.
We in the West, Los Angeles. So the Chargers.
Oh, you just skipped Tennessee.
No, we were just talking about. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. Go get Steve Sarkisian.
Go get God.
God might be like, you know what? I'm step on over here. But the Los Angeles Chargers it's very Harbaugh-like team to be as good as your monumental, probably Hall of Fame trajectory left tackle. Joe Alt gets hurt, they get boat race. Joe Alt comes back, they boat race. And it is no in between.
And I'm talking about, I will say the Oronde Gadsden pickup, excellent pickup for them.
I can't believe his father is Oronde Gadsden with the name of Oronde Gadsden. You know that that's his father, but it's still like, damn, his son is in the league?
Yeah, and it humbles you, man.
Hybrid. He's a tight end wide receiver.
Very solid team. Scary team. Not a team you want to see in the playoffs, especially if you one of these other teams.
And they holding it in the road while everybody's hurt on defense.
Right.
Derwin James, Khalil Mack.
They're
probably a cornerback away from being really
scary second half team. And speaking of scary second half team,
shout out to Lad.
Fair enough. Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody gave up on them, and it's over. They can't win anymore. They don't have
Rice
it
come back.
over the hill. That boy found some guys that nobody needed, nobody knew. Hey man, bring me these guys, Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice. Not world beaters by any stretch of the imagination, just pass catchers that are okay. And we'll look like killers.
Yeah,
now.
but they all complement each other though. Like that's one thing Andy Reid and that whoever the GM for them is, they just draft who's the complement. You have the possession slow guy that doesn't run routes and Travis Kelce. You have the speedster Xavier Worthy, and now you got Xavier Worthy and Tyquan Thornton, who really can't catch, but they both serve their purpose of running really fast and forcing you to dedicate a safety and or cornerback. Then you have Juju, who's just a step above Travis Kelce when it comes to being fast and is just a possession receiver and blocker and overall nuisance. Then you have Hollywood Brown, who can't really catch in the past, but he's a decent route runner and he's got enough speed to where he can run your outs and everything. They all serve a purpose. And then you bring the complete receiver back and Rashee Rice. And now you can't double anybody.
432 total yards, 26 first downs, 9 penalties for 95 yards. Damn. Kansas City, what y'all doing?
They were playing. That means I don't take you seriously. We won 28-7. We got 9 penalties. I don't take you seriously.
Mahomes 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Pacheco 12 carries for 58 yards. That running back room is still questionable to me, but Mahomes is so magical that it don't even matter.
They can go get another one. They'll go get Algier will be there next year. And that's not even the worst game. The best win they had was in the division when they beat the Raiders and had more first downs than the Raiders had points. The Chiefs are gonna mess around. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna get the wild card and they're gonna beat the Colts in the first round. Or the Patriots. Colts or the Patriots. They're gonna beat one of them in the first round.
Daniel Jones, I hate to tell you, bro, that would be so unfortunate. This is definitely, 7-1. Yeah, you didn't have a season this good with the Giants, even though that one season you had was really good. And they've been this good. And then you get Mahomes. That would be terrible.
The reward.
Right.
Most improved player, comeback player.
Yeah, your privilege is over, brother.
The Drew Brees comeback award. What did you come back from? Being terrible.
No, I'm coming back and getting the hell out of New York, apparently. Even though I do think that they found their guys in Jackson Dart and Scatterboo, even though Scatterboo done for the season. I think that they're excited about those two guys for the next season.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. We'll see.
And here we go. NFC. This
Top
ain't
heavy.
much better.
It's pretty much the same. You got the NFC East, which is Philadelphia, the Cowboys,
Commanders,
and Washington and New York. Washington is hurt plus regression from last year. They're not going to sneak up anybody. The Giants, we assume, are going to fire everybody
next season.
Dallas,
Cowboys,
you're missing defense.
Cowboys' biggest issue.
It's defense. I will say the Cowboys got their offense though. It's there. They've got everybody they need except for a tight end, and I would be looking for them to sign Kyle Pitts,
Pickens, and CD, and Dak.
With Dak,
if Cowboys had more wins, Dak would be in the MVP conversation.
Yeah,
y'all owe Dak an apology.
Just defense. That's all. Kenny Clark got hurt, so now that trade is.
Even Green Bay, I don't think that Green Bay is happy with the Michael Parsons trade. Yeah, did he get a sack? So this is
he's third in the league in sacks.
Yes. So this is my question. Is he worth, say he gets 16 sacks for the season?
Mm-hmm.
But that's really it. Are you okay with that?
Yeah. That's why you bring him.
But him
and Rashawn Gary are almost unblockable.
Yeah, but he's also it's not like Micah, he doesn't cover, and he's not actually getting any. He is literally recording one sack. And I'm like, and I'm interested to see what you think about it. It's like that one sack a game. Is that really worth it?
Yeah. because they built everything else around them. They have a strong defense, especially at the linebacker. I can't pronounce his name. Egbari is a monster. He's probably the guy that
I guess you number
really
one.
lose.
Yeah.
Plus, you have old boy from UGA. Like they have everything built around those two edge rushers. They have a strong defensive backfield. They have strong linebackers. They have good defensive tackles. And then they just say Rashawn Gary and Michael Parsons, y'all go get the quarterback. And if Michael Parsons gonna get you 16 sacks, how many would you take a person for 16 sacks on the Falcons?
I mean, yes, but it's the nothing else. And I'm kind of undecided. I'm like, it is 16 sacks, but it's not like any tackles or anything else.
So
and it's,
what are the Cowboys getting in this trade? How many sacks have they gotten by losing? How many tackles have they gotten by losing Michael Parsons? We don't even talk about sacks because they don't have sacks.
No. I mean, you're right, but you also have the 2 draft picks. That's where until and he's got money right now. Until you spend the money, you won't know. But I mean, I also, like I said, you see Myles Garrett over there. You got Trey Henry
just got hurt. Actually, he just hurt his hip.
Yeah,
but old boy Max Crosby. There's a lot of players you could go get.
If he goes and gets one of those guys, even with Michael Parsons getting 16 sacks, I think I'm probably, especially if you can keep a draft pick or 2, I'm gonna say Jerry won it.
Yeah, I mean, if you turn this into Myles Garrett, then yeah. I mean, because Myles Garrett is the best defensive player in the league, right? You would assume.
Yeah, unless Aaron Donald come back.
To who?
Unless Aaron Donald come back.
Well, defensive lineman, because Patrick Surtain is locked down. So, and defensive player of the year. So, you have to turn it into something. But as of right now, you are 3-4-1, and the Packers 5-1.
Yep,
5-1-1.
Yeah, the stupid ass tie.
That's and you tied because you have the best kicker in the league who kicked a 60-something yard field goal.
Hey, Jordan Love, Packers, I have to give them a immense amount of quarterback respect from Favre to Rodgers, from Rodgers to Love. That is the same. That there are also organizations who consistently make really good decisions. They're going to continue to make really good decisions. They are like, they just show there's only been in the history of the NFL a transfer from one QB who stayed 10 years to another. That was Joe Montana to Steve Young.
Tony Romo to Dak.
Tony Romo to Dak. Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. And Jordan Love looks like the continuation of that.
I mean, and I also will say this about Michael Parsons. I don't think Michael Parsons, I think you want him to make all the plays in the season, which is true. But he's going to be there. They're going to expect him to make plays is in the playoffs. Once you make the playoffs, and you got to play Detroit, you got to play Philly, you got to play Tampa Bay, you got to play Seattle, Los Angeles, and maybe San Francisco. Like, you have to make those. You're going to have to be able to affect the game and just basically eliminate them, the play action pass. That's why you get them. And if it works,
you're right.
The NFC is wide open.
It also depends.
Outside of Philly, it's wide open.
It 100% depends on how the season ends, and postseason is going to be big for is he healthy? How healthy is he? Can he influence and get you guys on a playoff run? Detroit, you guys, I think, are in a great position because nobody's for some reason paying attention to anything that you're doing.
Because they're hurt. They've lost like 3 cornerbacks and a safety.
Yeah, but still, it's when people aren't paying attention to you and you're still having a pretty good season. I think that's the best place to be.
Jamison Williams is kind of unhappy. Like they just got some turmoil because of.
And I give them a lot of credit for what they've done losing your entire coaching staff.
Yeah. The surprise division though is the NFC West. Sam Darnold. Woo! I know Minnesota misses him. And
Who told
Minnesota
you? What did I tell you, Reggie?
Minnesota.
I said you pay him. I said you give him a 3-year deal. You pay him for 2 more years. And if you pay him and he's good again, then you re-up. You didn't do it.
JJ McCarthy keeps getting hurt. And it looks like Indianapolis is about to do the exact same thing you're talking about and sign Darnold to a 3-year deal. So, I mean, not Darnold, Daniel Jones.
And this is the thing. Now, Carson Wentz done for the season. What are you, if you're Justin Jefferson, who you just going to let anybody throw me the ball? I'm getting the hell out of here.
If Justin Jefferson goes, they probably make a coaching change.
Teams, I don't know why teams don't understand it. When you identify a guy who's that good, you got to keep him happy even if y'all not going to win. Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase going to be in the same situation. And if they decide that they want to move around, that's going to make the NFL a whole new damn place. Because what do you do on another team?
Well, how you got to see move around because if they move around and try to go to a team that already has an established receiver, you're going to be in the same situation where you're overpaying or you're paying all of your money to 2 receivers. And you're not going to be able to fill in the gaps anywhere else. So the only way that now, if he goes to like Philly, if AJ Brown is upset and Jamar Chase is upset, I am 1,000,000% sure that they will send AJ Brown in the first for Jamar Chase.
Hey, Indianapolis.
Who are you taking off that team?
Draft picks.
Their draft picks gonna be you don't have to give me all of them. You don't have to give me 2, 2, and 2.
How many do you want? I got my running back, and I got a quarterback that I could probably pay and not pay a ton of money to and say, hey, buddy, you are uniquely qualified to understand. You need a team around you. You blew it last time. Don't take all the money again. You don't get another chance at this. We're gonna pay you some money. And then let us go get you a guy, and you got Jonathan Taylor.
Or come to Atlanta. Will
Man.
Yeah.
The pistol.
Nah, he won't. No. That is dead. If he comes back next year, I won't watch a game. I won't watch a game again until if he comes back next year, I won't watch a game until he fights.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you like this. And it's like all of my teams, it's not even like they're willing to change or improve. When you watch the Gators, Billy just going wide receiver screen you till your eyes bleed. Trey missed 10 threes tonight. You're going to have to watch that. Now,
Norwood.
I wish it wasn't what was me, but I don't even have anything to be happy about. I wish I could be like, you know what? Let's look at Braves ain't got enough for me to show you. Hope we do something better next year. I have nothing. I ain't been this humble in a long time, brother. Giants next season.
Giants, yeah. They gonna you know what the Giants about to do? The Giants about to talk themselves into keeping Daboll another year. They about to do it.
That would be stupid.
They about to do it.
You got your quarterback. You got your running back. I don't know what he comes back from after that injury.
Oh, you wasn't running back. You gotta go get a scat back. You gotta go get somebody.
He was good. He was good for them though, and he was scoring touchdowns. I mean, I also think that he's the Peyton Hillis of this though, so it's like a one and done. I don't think this is like a long term.
I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to rain on everybody's parade, but we've seen this before.
Yeah. This is a 2-year.
John Riggins was good though. But
you remember that? No, he had never. No. Mike Allstott was that. Scatterboo a year or two. I ain't know it wasn't supposed to rhyme. Chicago getting better, not great though.
No.
Minnesota,
They're in a precarious situation too because they really should. I don't want to say it because I like him, but they should fire their GM. The GM needs to move on from Chicago.
Ryan Pohl.
Yeah, they need to move on from him.
And what do we talk about? I said, hey, do you pay him and before you see this team be good? And they did.
Well, it is what it is. But
I don't know what the Vikings do. I don't even know who's going to be the Vikings quarterback.
Kirk Cousins.
Not after the way he played last week.
That's not on Kirk Cousins. Nobody, if you looked at all the comments, nobody blamed Kirk Cousins.
I don't care about that, Reggie. If I'm calling you, I'm using that as leverage. Well, I saw him play last week. Look like mid to me.
Well, cool. Well, then I'll take Dallas Turner and a draft pick because we're gonna get rid of Ebiketie. Now we got a whole lot of players that are fast and can cover ground. And we could put Divine Diablo to cover. Cool.
I don't know. I honestly don't know who they're going to have play quarterback this week because
number 12.
Max Brosemer?
Is that his name? He's a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
He's the one that played last week. Yeah.
Justin Jefferson. All right. Tampa Bay. Good, just injured.
Y'all, congrats to y'all.
Right,
y'all have won the division.
Why this is the worst thing you can see? Why are we behind the Carolina Panthers?
Who just lost because Bryce didn't play, and they lost 42-9. 40.
Andy Dalton. You took your red rifle ass to the house. It's all for you. Your NFL. You look like a guy who could be a commentator. You look like a podcast guy. It's over for you. They don't need to see no more than red rifle ever again.
But they scored 42 points on that defense, and we could score nothing. Nothing. They ran the ball with James Cook. James Cook just looked. He was out there playing at Miami Central High School again. He was just running all over Carolina.
Falcons, we already discussed.
Shout out to the Taints, though. Y'all still suck. Y'all pulled Spencer Rattler to put in a person you shouldn't have drafted.
How did he play? I didn't get a good chance to assess.
He played booty.
How well or not.
You want me to tell you the score? He played exactly how 23-3. He ain't make no difference.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what he
was.
He was 17 of 30 for 128 yards.
Yeah. You should have kept Spencer.
Put it this way. The University of Utah averaged 8.3 yards per rush. They averaged 5.2 yards per pass. And he averaged 4.3 yards per pass. Yeah. Just trade us Chris Olave, bro. Give us Chris Olave. Y'all don't want him.
But everything that I read in the news when it talks to the Saints, those guys don't want to leave New Orleans. Kamara don't want to leave. Olave don't want to leave. They do say monitor everybody as the trade deadline, but
y'all can want to stay all you want to. There's some houses on Lake Pontchartrain. There's some houses over by Landry. Y'all got enough money. You can get some in the French Quarter that you can rent out. Cool. But you won't get the hell up out of here. All this old dead money.
I need this. And the money is old and dead.
Get the fuck. Hell no. Yeah. Alvin Kamara, 30. Jawan Johnson, 30. Brandon Cooks, 30. Taysom Hill, 30. Foster Moreau, 30. He might not be 30. Demario Davis, 36.
50.
Now they did hit on Kool-Aid McKinstry. They hit on Kool-Aid McKinstry though. Chase Young, mid.
Yeah.
Cam Jordan, stealing. They paying him as a legacy. That boy had one stat. Carl Granderson, old, 30. What happened to
And
Brian
then
Greasy? He was a monster. And then he
had the nerve to also have your boy till he retired. That's hilarious. Not it.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of episode 205 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. Unless you want to talk about NFC West, you want to keep talking about the Rams? I mean, the Rams are the Rams. They are probably
the Rams and the Seahawks and the 49ers are hurt. The Cardinals. I don't know how long y'all keep looking Kyle in the face like that.
If the Rams win the Super Bowl this year, you would have to put. Ooh, I'm gonna piss a lot of people off. You would have to put Matt Stafford ahead of a lot of quarterbacks if he would have won a second ring.
Does that make him better than Aaron Rodgers?
Probably a similar career. I think Aaron Rodgers MVPs probably keeps him. He got what, 3?
Stafford got them passing stats too. That's the thing. He got them yards
with two chips, in which he got them there.
Yeah. This season specifically, this would be a lot of heavy lifting from him, and this is coming off a season where we assumed his back was already broken.
They got a good defense though. They got a trill defense. Like
49ers, Mac. They need too much. They too hurt.
Well, I think this is the first year they rebuild. Remember, they cut all them players, trade all them players. They gonna have to. They can. John Lynch can freaking draft, man. He got old boy from Texas. He got old boy from UGA. He got the corners.
So my thing is you look at a guy like Christian McCaffrey, who you think is on the back end of his. Do you try to move him? You know, I'm big on trading old assets, especially as a team that's drafted so well.
But you don't want to trade him within the division.
Oh, there'll be a market for him immediately.
You probably trade him to the AFC, but you don't want to give him to the Chiefs because that's 15-16-0, 16-1.
Steelers, Jets. You take him for Brees?
Why would I would just say no. I fail in the physical. You're not sending me to the Jets. I failed physical. I failed every time. I fall down the steps.
You do know that I'm rich and like I'm legacy rich. My parents rich too. I'm not
warm ass, nice ass wine country California to miserable ass New York. Hell no.
And that's not New York. That's New Jersey. That's East Rutherford. Wherever
the Jets are is miserable. There is misery. It don't matter. They could be in Saskatchewan. I'm not going. Not going. Nope. I'll John Wall myself all day. Achilles, shoulder, fell down the steps.
I thought you were going to do the Dougie.
Dislocate my shoulder. Oh, I'm not going. You could trade me you not trade me there. I don't care.
That would say Mr. Ain't going.
I'm not going. Trade me to Dallas. Take their picks. That's a crazy offense.
Too much money. It's too much money. McCaffrey ain't cheap.
New York.
They've been kind of scared.
I'll go to the Giants. Why not? Because they're not going to trade you to a contender. Because you're not going. They're not going to trade you to anybody you can win the Super Bowl with. Carolina, trade you back to Carolina.
Packers.
They got old boy that just won the Russian title 2 years ago. Josh Jacobs.
You're right. And he played
Chicago. Right. They need a running back too. I like DeAndre Swift, but they need a running back.
You get DJ Moore too. I don't know if you want him, but something you could have.
Nah, they're talking about him. They're trying to link him to the Falcons, but his contract is just so insane.
Not interested.
Yeah, that Bam Adebayo contract. That must go to $32 million or whatever it does.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, we have covered it all in depth. Please pray for your boy. It is tough right now. With that being said, did we miss anything, Brother Davis?
Yeah, hell no. Y'all see the hat? Go Dogs. We play Florida Gators. I'm nervous. I'm always nervous when we play the Gators because
Oh,
we were favorited when Kirby first got there. And
let me tell
stop
you.
sharing your screen
Let
because
me tell you.
it's messing up your
Uh,
oh, you shared your screen twice. That's why it's messing up.
is it?
Yeah, it's been skipping.
But
we were favored to beat
trap
Florida one
game,
year. We were
trap
favored to beat
game.
Florida 1 year. Hold on. We were favored to beat Florida 1 year, and they ran for 400 yards on us. 400. I ever since then, I'm like, well, anything can happen.
This
They're gonna be
is the
emotional.
trappiest.
I haven't
Yes.
seen anything come out. Nobody has left, which is discouraging. I was hoping that they had a Florida State like mass exodus, but they didn't.
It is the trappiest of games. And I'm gonna tell you why. You got the interim coach, who of course wants to prove that he's the man.
Gonzalez.
You don't have any tape on what his game plan is going to be like. You assume that his game plan is going to be different than whatever Billy was doing. And because that means,
you had 2 weeks to install the offense. I would think of a
yes,
whole lot of trick plays. I would think a lot of trick plays.
I'm telling you, I think that when you're an interim coach, this is your opportunity to audition for this job, even though I don't think he's nearly qualified to get it, but for another head coaching job. And if you could go and knock, oh yeah, if you don't think that guy who's the interim coach for UCLA has a new, I mean, I know they lost this week, but the week before those two big wins, I think they considering keeping him. The black guy, the other black guy, excuse me, they love him. I think that if this Gonzalez guy finishes the season and Florida can knock off, if we could get 2 big wins, he'll be gone and he'll be on to somewhere where he could potentially be a head coach. And I think
he done made it through 3 firings. He been there for like 15 years.
Yeah, it's also probably time for him to go. And whoever comes in, hey, bro, I ain't committed to nobody. I have nothing. I have none of my teams love me right now.
Are you watching this baseball game? It's bottom of the 11th. It's 5-5.
Right. But once again, number one, more black baseball next season. Lord, please get us some pitching. Number 2, your business, whatever we're gonna figure out, put something here, but no more Cowboys and Cowgirls, but y'all's line dancing at homecoming. I knew it was gonna happen. Number three, the historically black college university in your neighborhood. The ones the historically black college university your uncle went to, your auntie, your cousin, the person who used to laugh kiki back at church. Please send some money over there. Historically black college university in your neighborhood, the one you go for homecoming, step shows, to be around your people. And then finally, the greatest learning institution in all the world, the one that's on my hat, the one that's on my shirt, and on a wonderful blanket behind me. The Hampton University, all we asking for is $18.68. Also, I want to send some thoughts and prayers. I know that Howard had a unfortunate event during their homecoming. There have been a couple places. Number 1, y'all need to stop doing that shit. And number 2, we support and love you guys. Y'all got to do better. Outside of that, adios, mi amigos. God is love until we meet again. And let's go Blue Jays. Please, something, anything.